you don't know why I'm here.
Here, me.
You looking at my gut?
No.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I just took a little peek.
I saw you.
So
What are you looking at my gut for?
Oh.
Here, me.
Hey, it's Krusty the Pizza Man. All right, where's my $400?
Hey, wait. How can you be here when your show's on live?
I just threw on an old rerun. No one will know the difference.
Here, me. Knock it off at your...
I've got a mug full of cold coffee, 3 cigarettes, a pistol, and a mask. With these cheap sunglasses and 20 on pump one. Let's run.
Lucky to what? Cha-cha-cheetah. Free-wheel bicycle.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We're knocking at your door a little later than anticipated. Either or, we are here, but we are waiting on Juan.
Waiting on Juan.
Thank you, everybody that's tuned in on the Facebook Live platform and on the Instagram as well. It's Sunday night. We already got comments. I cannot see them, but that is bad to the bone. We appreciate you.
Yeah,
You are tuned in
It's pretty far back there.
to the
Need
Three
some
Will
binoculars.
Bicycle Podcast coming out of Casper, Wyoming. We got a pretty amazing show for you. We got some, of course, some local events. You were in.
Urine?
You're in. You're in luck. I got stuck.
Oh, hell yeah.
We got some amazing guests in the building, in the downstairs.
Yeah.
We switched everything around. I think it's
More room.
Yeah,
It's comfy.
it is. I'm stuck.
Oh, yeah? You hear that shit?
That was beautiful. Once again, thank you. That was another amazing underground sound from Joshin.
Woo!
As always, I'm your host, Stevie V.
I'm Joshin.
I got a new phrase now. Keeping it 3,000 without the flute.
Okay.
You get it? Dumb. Anyway, thank you everybody that's joining us on the Facebook Live. Oh,
Yeah.
we got the dog,
And the dog, too.
barking. Is that Juan?
Waiting on Juan.
No, Juan.
Waiting on the wand to change.
We got some
One person.
Just one.
pretty
Just one.
amazing things coming up. February 15th, don't forget. I'm glad that Bart collar works good.
Hell yeah, dude. That thing's badass.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
To all the people that are listening on the wonderful platforms in your ear that you let us so wholeheartedly.
Hey.
What's up?
Congratulations, Juan.
Yeah. Anywho, local upcoming events, February 15th at Oil City Beer Company, $15. The band Repent, Get Bent, and Cancer Slugger going to be playing. Definitely check that out. February 23rd, Comedy Cuisine at the Best Western. That is $15 as well. Art and our good friend Don Haynes. He's going to be down there. Also, you can't forget February 24th, Saturday Night Fights at the Fairgrounds. Holy moly, it's always a good time.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, button, bro. Push the fucking button, bro.
Here's another pretty rad event that's coming in line. March 2nd. Here's something that not a lot of people know. The wonderful band 10 for 10 is going to be here doing a live set. March 2nd. Pretty stoked for that. If you haven't checked them out, definitely do. They allowed us to use the headphones on. That was the intro song.
For our intro, yeah.
I fucking love that tune.
It's good shit.
March 9th, Oil City Beer Company, the MS Walk fundraiser, Metal Heroes. There's going to be some more amazing metal music. All the proceeds go towards the MS fundraiser. It's pretty rad. March 28th, Teenage Bottle Rocket, System Restore, Shock Troopers. They're going to be playing at Oil City Beer Company as well.
Hell yeah.
Man, we got some pretty rad events coming up. Super stoked for that. Let's see, what else do we got on this lineup here? We got to give the usual shout-outs, as always. The Trailer Park Baker, Little Shop of Burgers. Ooh, should we put some songs on the background?
Go for it, bro.
Whoops. Ooh, here we go. We got them shout-outs, them weekly ones. The Trailer Park Baker, Little Shop of Burgers. You can't forget about B Diesels. The Casper Artists Collective. Forbidden Leaf. Mobile On-Site Oil. Tubal's Tattoo. Active Light Photo. Little Molding Books. Debo's Painting. Empire Hemp. Elite Custom Apparel. Big Old Concrete. And you can't forget about PRD Entertainment.
Woo-woo.
Here's something else that's pretty crazy. It is February 11th. If you did not know this, it is National Pork Rind Day.
Pork rind day?
That's right. It is also Don't Cry Over Spilled Milk. I'm a milk fan myself. It's Inventor's Day. Also Peppermint Patty Day.
Ooh.
How much
like
time
the
do we got
fucking
left on
character?
there?
Or the
Ooh, we got 30 seconds. Here is something else. We can go back in history. 1966, San Francisco Giant Willie Mays signs a contract for $130,000 per year. Big money back in them days.
Whoa, yeah. It's like fucking 800,000.
That's right. 1965, Braves proposed to pay 5 cents from ticket sales to bring a new team to Milwaukee.
God damn, look at your timing, bro.
That's right. And don't forget to visit spudsbaseball.com. They're looking for host families and sponsors. That was it. That was all the intro stuff.
That's it, bro.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget to go to... Thank you. Go check out the Love Letter exhibit at the Nicolason Art Museum. Some pretty amazing pieces down there.
For sure.
All right. Are you guys... So, are you ready? He's yeah. All right. We got... This is pretty amazing. Peanut's been on the show once before. It was about a year ago. This is Ross's first time. Juan, you know what? I believe it is your first time on the show, but I think I've met you before.
Sweet.
Yeah, somewhere. I don't know.
Small town. Yeah. It is a small town. That's one of a kind.
Yeah.
Juan of a kind.
I'm
Josh.
Josh, okay,
Yeah.
Josh and Stevie.
Yes, sir.
Nice to meet you. No, maybe we ran into each other around town, but I can't. Weird. My finger on it. Have I tattooed you, Stevie?
Negative. So, let's see. We got some pretty amazing news, right? From you fellas. You got a new shop.
I do have a new shop.
So this is almost like a...
I said, yeah, I do have a new shop, yes.
What is it called?
It's a Butterfly Tattoo Company. We opened in August.
I love how they decided to take a bath at this point.
That's pretty cool, man. I dig it.
No, dude, go for it. I just want to talk a little louder so that the Instagram can hear it too, live.
Yeah.
Oh, word, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little tough. You gotta talk loud.
All right, sorry.
No, you're good.
That's cool, man.
So tell us about your shop. Yeah.
Yeah, tell us about your shop. What's it called?
It's called Butterfly Tattoo Company. I opened, like I said, back in August. Right now it's pretty empty. It's just me. I have an apprentice that I'm teaching, but yeah, it's come along nicely, man. It's pretty cool. What kind of work do you do?
Where are you located?
I am downtown on 130 North Ash in the Professional Plaza. It used to be the old Salon Savvy. It's right next door to the old Sandbar. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I gotcha. Well, you know, this is going to work beautifully because all these questions are going to go in with each one of you as we go down the line.
Fantastic.
So how long have you been tattooing?
It'll be, I'm like 5.5 years in on skin. That's including apprentice time though, even though my apprenticeship was extremely short. I think I apprenticed for like 6 months maybe. And then Peanut decided to move to New Mexico and sold the shop. And so I'll have to say, like, the extent of my apprenticeship kind of ended there. Because the place that I went after that, it was just kind of like, figure it out. So,
I gotcha.
yeah.
Well, I tell you what, you're the cool thing I love. Well, I don't know. We've known each other for a little while.
Yeah.
I guess you know
You
what
let
I
me
mean.
tattoo you as a fucking apprentice. Dude.
Yeah, and just like seeing like from then to like progression is fucking bad to the bone.
Thank you.
And you have your own shop now.
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
Yeah, dude.
I didn't honestly, man, like it was not supposed to happen this way. It kind of came out of necessity. The plan was to wait 3 more years and just save 30 grand of my own money and then open it up with cash, you know? But it was time for me to do it, I guess. And, you know, if it wasn't for a couple of artist friends that, like, we have in town helping out, like, that shop wouldn't even fucking exist right now.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, there's really good people in this community that helped me open that shop. And, but we're going to do some things different, I think. You know what I mean? I'm excited. It just takes time and money.
Yeah.
And it's stuff that I've got the time, but the money thing will be a slower process.
Oh, word. Yeah.
New shop we opened up in like dead times, so I kept it open with my clientele, and things are picking up, which is cool. But yeah, it was kind of a dark time to start a tattoo shop.
Yeah.
In a small area, anyway.
Well, the cool thing, like I was saying, is like just seeing like your progression.
Yeah.
Is like bad to the bone. You know what I mean? Like you're in it to win it, as they say.
Oh fuck yeah!
And it looks like the Kansas City Chiefs just won the Super Bowl.
Did they? Oh shit! What the fuck did I tell you earlier? I told you earlier.
Some money.
Okay. All right. No. I have a fucking story to tell you, and this is very strange, and I'll keep it short. Okay. There's a guy that I tattooed last night. His name's Joel. Cool dude. I used to work for him a long time ago. I was a bartender. And when I started tattooing, Joel came and got tattooed by me like 8 months in. And I've got pictures. I'm getting ready to post them on Instagram tomorrow. But he came in and was like, hey, can we retouch this? I was like, yeah. Well, 5 years ago, to the fucking day, we tattooed a KC Chiefs fucking giant arrowhead on his ribs, right? With red and like cracks and torn skin and all this stuff, right? Well, they won the next day. So the day before the Super Bowl, they win. What the fuck? And I was at PNut's house earlier, and I told him, I was like, it's an omen. And so he came in last night, I touched it up, like reworked the whole tattoo, made it look brand new again, and fucking, I was like, this is an omen, they're going to win tomorrow, watch. What the fuck just happened? Is that not like, yeah.
And they tied.
We put it out, and I am the reason that they just won the fucking Super Bowl. Me and Joel secured the win for Kansas City, and I don't even give a fuck about football. Get out of here. Good omens, I guess.
Believe in that shit?
I believe in energy, yeah. Oh, no, that's not. Well, no, that's just a joke. But, yeah, energy.
Delgado is probably pretty stoked right now. It's pretty cool.
So
isn't that just a weird coincidence, though?
Yeah.
So
fucking hilarious.
If he wasn't tattooing, what do you think you'd be doing?
Oh, I don't know. I would probably, I don't know, man. I may be working
That's
labor
a rhyme,
somewhere.
yeah.
I don't know, dude. Like, I could never go back to doing oil field service, and that's what most people do around here. I'd probably be in a trade job like a fucking electrician or a plumber or something, dude, to be honest with you. Until I could go to school to do something I was interested in. I'd probably be fucking archaeology or fucking historian or some shit. I'm just interested in, like, the past. I don't know why. But
that's cool shit.
I wanted to be a museum curator for a long time. I've thought about sculpture. I've thought about fucking all sorts of shit. But it's always something like in anthropology, people, or art, because it's the most interesting shit to me, you know? Like, yeah, something.
Hell yeah.
What is your favorite kind of concept to tattoo?
I like a lot of stuff. Mainly black and gray realism, or I really like neo-traditional. So I would like to do both, or find a way to mesh both that hasn't really been seen before, but that's really fucking hard because there's killers out there like doing new shit all the time, or that have perfected things.
It's fucking hard to keep up with these motherfuckers these days.
Yeah, and it's happening so fast.
Better, and it's just hard to keep up in general.
You think about
now trying to do something new. It's even harder trying to do something new.
Yeah.
Right. But,
well, for the people that like don't know, what is neo-traditional?
Neo-traditional is like it's like an enhanced version of traditional. I would say.
Traditional tattooing is gonna be more of your sailor tattoos in the
Yeah.
50s and the 60s. You know,
Flash tats.
flash tattoos. Normally
Like
only
the Sailor Jerry's type
Yep,
shit.
Sailor
Yeah,
Jerry stuff,
exactly.
exactly. You know, Ed Hardy stuff. There's usually only like 3 to 4 colors in it, and that's gonna be your American traditional tattoo. And then they take that and they just kind of mix a little bit of the new school look with it, but still keep the bold lines, the solid saturations, and you know, the shit looks tight. That's all I gotta say. I like
Yeah.
it.
It's like adding
That's all I gotta
realistic
say about
elements to
that.
traditional. If it's done right, it looks
It's
insane.
done right, yeah.
If it's
right,
done like shit, it looks like shit, but that's like everything.
Right.
I wish I could do more stuff like that. I'm always, you already know my game's a black and gray game. Everybody wants the black and gray shit, but
Yeah,
the neo
you can
traditional
start-
stuff's pretty dope. I enjoy doing that stuff. You mean
Is that
It's-
your favorite style too?
it's not my favorite style, but as an artist, you get to express yourself, and you actually have to fucking draw it. You know what I'm saying? It's not. You know, it's not a picture that I'm pulling. It's not a portrait. It's something that I have to create. I have to draw it to match this person's idea, match this person's body,
Yeah.
all of it. So, you know, I do have more fun with it because I get to actually use some art skill and just instead of copying a photo that they want. You know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I enjoy doing the realism though. That's
Oh, for the
that's-
people that
that's
don't
my
know,
shit.
you want to introduce yourself? That's
Who doesn't know
Peanut.
me? Oh,
Well, I don't know.
Peanut.
Well, the people that are listening on the podcast,
Well, whoever's
probably-
listening,
we
yeah.
actually got people
Non
that
Casper
tune in.
locals.
We have people in
Yeah.
different countries.
Yeah.
Well, that is true.
We got some motherfuckers from the UK, Canada.
It's alright.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I
That's
vibe
awesome.
with that.
But yeah, I'm gonna put all your socials on the show notes too of the shit. So yeah.
Bet.
So is that so? What's your favorite style?
Obviously, you know, everything I do is realism. That's what I like
Yeah.
to do is the realism. There's always something different about bringing something to life that's not even there. You know, it's that that illusion. If it's done just right with the right highlights and the right depth of darkness, the contrast, the shit's. I don't know. I like it. It's my thing. You know, it always has been from the very beginning. I've approached everything wanting to make it look like real life. So obviously it's gotten a little better through the years, but that's what I like to do. What about you?
Yeah. I don't know, man. Realism, that's like exactly, I don't know. It's like you're reading my mind. Neo's fun because you throw more creativity into it. Realism is a lot of compiling imagery, at least for me right now. I'll do some drawing, and I love it, but that is my favorite shit. But I can do a lot of combining my own drawings with Photoshop and it's the same thing that you would potentially do printing off pictures from a fucking printer and using stencil paper. I just use an iPad to do it instead because it's quicker and it's easier. But when it comes to designing like a large back piece, you can
the fucking iPads.
yeah, Peanut,
Yeah.
Peanut
Oh,
fucking
yeah,
hates all of us because of it. He was upset when I traded. Okay, I traded a homie. Fucking gave me an iPad for a tattoo when I was early on, and he was so upset when he's like, "What the fuck?"
Literally,
dude?
all the Dark Tree team showed
sorry,
up
bro.
within a week period.
I'm
Every
sorry.
one of them showed up with a fucking new iPad to draw all their tattoos, and I'm like, "What the fuck? Are you kidding me?" But I'm just not with it. You know, now they got the new shit. Like I was saying earlier, you got the new shit.
Yeah.
You don't even. All you got to do is type it in, and the AI builds whatever the fuck you say on it. That you're losing the creativity from the artist having to draw it and make it look, you know, the way it needs to. Now anybody that can color by number can type in what they want it to look like.
It's true.
And tattoo it on people. And now they're talking about this is the new age of tattooing, and this is where we're going with tattooing. I think it's bullshit.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel like
you're getting rid of so much with this AI shit. You know, not with it.
Some of the creativity, like I don't know. I think maybe use it as inspiration, right? So like you say, hey, into this AI, draw this fucking thing, paint this thing, whatever, in this style or whatever, and you take that and then you look at it and you say, okay, maybe I'm going to use these elements, like you would when you're referencing somebody else's work, but not copy the same.
Yeah, I get it.
Fucking, you know what I mean?
Well, people, I mean,
But I understand what you're coming
It's
from
a
because you
crutch.
come from a different time.
It's
and
a great tool. I believe it's a great tool for people to get ideas and learn and practice drawing.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
It's a crutch at the same time. You know, I believe in taking it from pencil to fucking paper still. Get in your fucking sketchbook and draw it, you know?
Hey,
I'm not going to bash it
you
100%.
you
know,
should
my
never.
son uses it, and I think it's cool. It's a great tool for him to learn how to do things, but, you know, coming from 25 years of tattooing, I'm kind of set in my old ways with it because I don't want to get rid of some of the traditions that come with it.
Yeah.
You know? And part of that is putting your soul into that pencil, into that paper, creating that person's tattoo.
Yeah.
You know? Right. And these iPads are getting rid of that. And like I said, I'm not against it 100%, but I'm just you won't ever catch me with one. These guys have been trying to get me to get an iPad for years, and you won't catch me.
Look, man. No. It's like I feel like it could make you probably quicker if you learn how to use it, but that's the thing is like it's an honorable thing because you are going with everything the old school way. It's like stencil. You're shaping out a thigh. You're shaping out a chest. You're shaping out a whatever and drawing it within these dimensions. And I'm doing the same fucking thing on an iPad. I'll take pictures of the person. I'll sketch them out. The same thing. We're gonna fucking do your stomach. I'm gonna sketch that. I'm gonna make sure I have it perfect before I come to it. So I feel like an iPad can allow you to be like more prepared for it.
Quicker. It's a great tool.
But I'm like, it's not to take away the value or fucking saying that you should ever stop sketching on fucking paper or stop painting or fucking doing anything like that. Because if you do, then like it can leave holes in your game, 100%. And if you don't, it's like not tattooing. Like it's a perishable fucking skill. You know that. Right. Everyone, and when I've stopped, now you can. It's like riding a bike. You can come back to it pretty quick, but it's like if you're shutting down for months at a time, when you come back, it's a little rusty, dude. Like it's not like perfect every time. So.
Well, I'm not like you, Ross. I come back fucking harder than ever.
Mm-hmm. Well. I feel like you've had a little bit more time to perfect that.
Got a little more time than you.
Like maybe like 20 more years.
The thing that irritates me about
in the
like
same position.
Well, I guess doesn't irritate me, but like puts a bad taste in my mouth, I guess, so to speak, with like the digital art stuff. Not that it's bad, you know what I mean? But it's not the same. You're not actually sitting there painting. You know what I mean? Like
it's not all good. Yeah.
You know
it's
what I mean?
Good.
Like that's. I don't know.
I'm not against it.
It's still bad to the bone.
You won't catch me with it.
Still bad to the bone.
It's cool. I've seen
Here's the
cool
thing, though,
shit
dude.
Created from it,
when you see an AI image, you can tell it's an AI image.
Yeah.
It's like almost having a favorite artist. It's like, oh, that's a fucking PNut tattoo. When you see one around here, you know who did that tattoo. Like, you know that's his work because his work stands out. It's the only shit that looks like that. So, it's like, when somebody sees that shit, if they're a trained artist, they're going to be like, an AI did that shit.
Right. Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's like having a signature on it.
What do you like tattooing, man?
Yeah, what's up?
Where's Juan at?
Yeah.
Hey, my name's Juan, everyone. Thanks for having me on so much. Really appreciate it, being on the Three Wheel Bicycle podcast. And I'm happy to see the squirrel. So, I don't want to cross-examine you, but what's the story about the squirrel?
Well, he's been around. So, when I was a little kid, there was like this little showcase thing that was in my grandparents' house, right? With like little knickknacks and whatnot, and there was a squirrel. And like my grandpa shot it, and he fucking stuffed it.
That's the one.
What did he say? Why he stuffed it?
I
was
love
it just
that.
that annoying of a fucking
Dude,
squirrel? He was like,
that
the
deer,
flyer-
that
motherfucker's
deer
getting
head?
mounted on my trophy.
That deer head. That's
And
out
for
in the
marketing
garage?
purposes, you know,
Same
like
thing.
I knew exactly
Wait, he just
what
shot
that
at the front
squirrel
yard?
was.
He's like, get the fuck out of my yard. He's like, I just don't like animals in my yard. I just shoot them.
I gave Peanut a dead squirrel. We were driving down and I saw a squirrel and I said, "Hey, let's go pick that up, bring it to Peanut." So I'm like, "Hey, look, I got a surprise
I take
for
dead
you."
animals. If you didn't know, I take dead animals.
He has
I did have some
flesh-eating
yeah,
beetles.
beetles.
He's got the
Lost people
flesh-eating
to win,
beetles.
but
What are you guys doing with all that?
I got
skeletons.
He's got tons now.
He's collecting them?
Not really. They're all in boxes right now.
Oh. You guys should.
We gotta give
I have my
whoever,
chameleon
fucking building shit out of those,
that passed away. We had him eaten by the flesh-eating beetles. I have a little chameleon skeleton in my house.
For real?
What'd you say?
Yeah, I do. I have my chameleon skeleton.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got to give a shout out to the people that are watching live on Facebook. Amber, thank you for staying up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Later, she sent a message and said she was anticipating.
Tight,
it.
right
So
on.
Hell yeah.
we appreciate you.
Yeah. Started a little late.
Yeah, we started a little late, so
It was
we're waiting for that
Juan.
game
We were
day.
I'm
waiting
not gonna
on
blame
Like,
myself.
Juan.
I don't want to
It's okay,
say any
'cause we're gonna
names,
blame it on
but it
you.
definitely wasn't Juan.
We were only waiting on Juan for.
Just
I was just actually, now we were talking about art and stuff, I actually just freehanded this back piece on this young girl that it was her birthday yesterday, and I missed her appointment yesterday. I was in Denver, and there was a snowstorm, and I'm from Las Vegas.
Oh, there was snow.
Yeah. I don't know how to drive in the snow.
It's funny that I saw you and like, yeah, we'll be
Thank
right
you.
back.
When I was on the phone with him, I was like,
We will
is
not
your
be
girl driving? I hope she's driving. You better not be driving.
I won't be driving. She's a local. She knows what's up.
Or a couple more years,
But-
you'll learn. You need a big truck.
I had my third tattoo of the day, and I had so basically the style I used is half stencil, half freehand, and it's a method I learned from PNut, where I'm really good at freehanded. So I'll just grab a marker, like compose a tattoo on the person's skin. I'll use a light marker and a darker marker. Darker marker will be like where the hard lines are, the things I want to like for sure have in the tattoo, and then I leave the rest of it for like when I have the machine in my hands and I can adjust to the person's skin. And so what you'll do is you'll get we have this long sheet of like an adhesive plastic that will come off, and you can mold it to the skin, and you pull it off, and then you still have the traces of the marker.
Shh, don't be giving all the way
So,
all your secrets.
You
bruh.
can print that. You can print that, and then flip it, inverse it. So this girl got tribal wings on her back, and
word.
she
Yeah.
I just freehanded one of them, and
Did you
then
do lettering down her spine too?
switched. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
How did you know? Oh, you saw the
Well, I just
the
saw
live
he was
stream.
on, when he was on live. Yeah, it looked like he had some lettering on her back. I just couldn't tell.
Yeah, I did the lettering on her back too.
I really apologize because I didn't put it on the lineup like I had. I did not. We are trained professionals. We got to give a shout out to the Kamikaze Kid.
Yeah. Don't
Didn't
try
give
this
him
out.
well, actually, you know what? It wasn't an excuse. We were waiting on Juan.
Waiting on Juan.
Yeah. Have you checked out the Kamikaze Kid?
What's that?
Have you checked out the Kamikaze Kid?
No.
I don't.
Oh, dude. Got to light him on
He was
fire.
on
Kamikaze Kid, man.
He was on
He
TBS
jumps
and
cars. He
shit.
set him on fire and shit. He does all kinds of crazy shit.
So he's trying to kill himself. Is
Dude,
why.
he's a stuntman. He was
He's a
on
stuntman.
TV, bro.
Okay.
Right on.
Yeah.
And he's,
He's
a
on the
local here in
YouTube.
town.
Yeah,
He's
he's
an
a local.
Instagram guy.
Oh, awesome.
Jumping
Can I type
buses
in?
and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Then he was.
Bert
yeah.
Kreischer
that
shot
was.
him out.
Yeah, he was in the crowd. That. Yeah, I remember.
Well, Bert Kreischer did that show, the Go
Yeah.
Big show. And
Yeah.
Levi was on there.
Yeah.
You're right. He did point him out in the crowd. He knew him. He just saw his face and was happy that that guy was still alive. I don't know. They had done work. He said, "I'm just happy that guy's alive."
Yeah.
Still.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's.
Hey, has anybody
Kamikaze
like
Kid.
here's kind of a weird question. Well, I guess if you've listened to the show, you know I always ask weird questions.
Yeah.
I asked the fellows over at Two Bulls Tattoo.
Shout out to Two Bulls. Ivan Two Bulls.
Yeah.
Has anybody farted while you're tattooing?
Oh yeah.
Sometimes it's us. Sometimes it's them.
Sometimes it's them. Yeah, that shit ain't cool.
No, I mean, have you ever like
will
laughed so hard you
immediately-
farted? Same thing with pain. You're kind of like, let it out a
Yeah,
little.
but
Fucking
if you're like on the edge like that, I feel like you should have the courtesy enough to be like, hey man, like, can I like run to the bathroom real
Yeah.
quick? I don't.
Ask
See,
for a
I don't
break.
know. I don't like that shit. I'll just
feel
stop.
that shit,
I'll just
come on,
stop
ask for a
tattooing.
fucking break.
I've done it before.
Everybody poops, Ross.
Dude,
Everybody poops, but not
Yeah,
everybody
but-
farts in front of somebody's face.
Dude, and I have literally.
Well, that's it. If you're
They're
if
just
you're
like,
tattooing
sorry,
their
man, I just
ass,
got fired. I just couldn't handle it. It's
if
like,
you're
you could've said
tattooing
something.
their booty and then they do that, I'd assume that they would let us know. But like if you're tattooing their arm, they let one out. I'm not gonna bully them.
Depends on
Yeah,
where you're
yeah.
at, bro.
I was gonna say it depends
No,
on how
back of
bad
the
it is.
arm,
Like
dude,
if it's
you
so
right-
disgusting
you're
that you're
right
sitting there
next to my
gagging, you're
ass.
just gonna tattoo through that.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
I'm like,
Yeah,
cigarette
my shit
break.
is
Oh
coming
no!
right up
If
the
it's
back.
real bad,
Right
no.
now.
It's coming right up the back, right?
Absolutely
If you're
not.
tattooing me right here.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're right.
It just
At
floats
some
right up and
point,
you're like,
at some point,
okay,
you say, "Well, I'm gonna go have a
we need
cigarette,"
to take a
Right.
break.
and just walk out.
I literally
Gross.
have
That's gross.
I don't make it awkward, but
stuck
I'll have
through
a
it
cigarette
and
break.
been like, well,
Fuck
shit,
that
I gotta
shit.
fart, but whatever, bro.
Yeah.
And
Now, if it
I quit
happens,
smoking,
if it
so-
happens more than once during a tattoo session, we're having a fucking conversation, bro. I'll just stop this shit. I swear to God, dude, I can't do it. I can't
All
do
right,
it the
dude.
same
Did you
way.
eat deviled eggs?
Certain level
I'm
of
fucking
certain level of
I'm not singing through that shit.
Yeah, gross.
Well, yeah. The other I can't put that customer on blast. Well, we had a customer, and I won't say who it is, but he stunk up whole rooms, but with just his BO, and we had to like after he left, I had to fumigate the room.
I ain't playing that either.
It was intense.
think
I had
It's
my,
okay to have- like, it's
I
okay to
had
have conversations
my
with your
front
friends.
door neighbor,
Hell no.
the guy who tattoos across the hall from us, told us like, "Hey man, I can smell your customer from our room.
That's crazy. Like,
Please take a
you're coming
shower
for us to work on your
before
skin.
getting a tattoo."
It's really hard, especially when I first started. There was just times, and it's like
Farting hard.
you can have conversations with these people and be like, look, yo, like, hey man, like, can we maybe like
Yeah.
even put deodorant or something?
Put up a
You know what I
sign.
mean?
Speed
Like,
stick.
damn,
Put up
yeah,
a sign.
something,
Yeah,
please.
straight.
What do you call it?
If you haven't showered, get the fuck out.
What do you call the stick?
We're
Pit
not
stick?
gonna fucking
Pit
work
stick.
on people
Yeah.
that
Stick on.
drunk.
I'm
Peanut-
lighting candles. I'll do whatever
Well,
it
that's true.
takes.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's true.
Stinky,
Not doing
fucking.
Yeah, it's hard, man. Like it's like tattooing is very personal. It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
huge energy exchange. You're
sure.
probably sitting there like, I don't know. Most sessions for me are well, I guess it depends. Usually more than 4 or 5, 6 hours, 7 hours, maybe 8 hours. And so it's like, if we're doing this, we're gonna spend a lot of time together. I think we should try and
Have some courtesy.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right.
Yep,
Respect.
yeah,
For sure.
Essentially.
just
Yeah.
basic shit.
And it's
And money.
But
that's-
some,
Yeah.
but yeah, and money. But hey, here's the thing.
But that
So
shit,
there's some
that's-
people that just don't fucking think about that shit.
Yeah.
Right.
They
The
don't
way
think
the
about
way
it.
I
They're
look
just
at
like,
it is, I'm approaching you as a
No, please don't.
professional,
Just-
you know,
yeah.
and I'm
Oh,
giving you
yeah.
100% of my professional skills and everything
Right.
that it takes. Like, you should have the courtesy to be professional fucking customer
Yep.
and take care of your hygiene before you come get tattooed.
Right. Oh, 100%.
There's differences in class.
I'm not a grimy tattooer that's tattooing out of a fucking garage, you know.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
a lot of people,
That'd be a little different.
a lot
Yeah.
of people think
Fuck
about tattoos in a different way. I think, me personally, I want an artist to do what they feel
yeah,
is going to be the best on
and
me.
you want them to
Because
be
they
comfortable
know what
too.
the fuck they're doing, and I don't really give a shit. I'm a canvas. I'm like, dude, put whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people like, I want this, and they just have it for the reason of having a tattoo, not for being a canvas, for letting an artist do what they want.
Yeah.
And
There's-
Man, it's
I've
backwards,
always-
but we look good as a motherfucker.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's because the camera's backwards.
Hell yeah.
Read it backwards.
There's a lot of times where people come in and they'll say, "Hey, like I want this exact thing." And
Oh my
honestly,
God.
man, like
I hate
it kind of puts a shackle on you as an artist compared to somebody coming in saying, "Hey, I've seen your work. I trust you to do what you feel is best," because the work that you're seeing in that portfolio is the best work that we can typically develop, right? And so the way that usually happens is a client comes in, they give you some prompts to work off of. Hey, maybe I want an angel fucking cutting the head off of a demon. Maybe I want a rainbow and a pot of gold and some crazy shit and some fucking, or some fucking cartoon character, whatever. It doesn't matter, you know. That's what our job is.
Right.
We're there to design the thing to you and for you and make it the absolute best. And when like, no, I need this specific flower right here on my shoulder, and I'm not open to moving it. What it does is it puts you in a hole, because we're not allowed to be able to tell you, hey, this may look better over here. Like, no, I'm set. I want it here because I've seen this thing online. It happens all the fucking time.
Right.
And so it's like, all right, cool, but then maybe you're not gonna put that thing in your portfolio because it's something that you wouldn't normally do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
For
And it's
sure.
not a huge deal. It's not like the tattoo is like bad, and the important part is the customer's happy, right?
Right.
But if you want the best of the best work, give them some basic ideas,
some room.
but-
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and sometimes
I
there's
approach everyone to be the best. I don't give a fuck what it is.
yeah,
Right.
If it's a quarter-sized penguin or
yeah.
a leg sleeve, I'm gonna approach it as it's gonna be the best tattoo I've ever done.
For
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
But yeah, I get what you're saying though.
But do
It's
you not feel
definitely-
it puts you in, like they're like, hey, I need this exact
when they put you
fine
in a
line
box
work
as an artist?
flower
When
pot.
they put you in a box, yeah, it definitely. You don't want to restrict your artist, you know.
Yeah.
But
For
it's yeah.
For
I
me-
don't mean to sound douchey or nothing, but I really don't deal with that shit very much anymore. Most people that come to me are just like, hey,
Well, no.
these are the elements I want.
yeah.
Yep.
You can even tell me where you want to put it at, to where it's going to be the best. So I'm like,
Right.
all right,
But you've been
Yeah.
executing
Work
at a
with
high level for so many fucking years that people already know. They don't
Yeah.
need to fucking
Right,
worry about
right.
trusting you because your name is that strong across this entire part of the nation, dude.
Right.
And so if they're
So-
like, hey, Peanut does this, just give them this idea. Hey, I want this portrait of my family member. I want this. They're not gonna sit there and argue with you
Right.
about where it
But
needs to go. on
every
the
once in a
shoulder,
while,
you know?
I'll still get a person every once in a
Oh,
while
I'm
that's
sure.
like, hey,
I'm sure.
you know, I want all 15 of these things in this one little
Yeah.
area. And it's like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
all right, well, how
Make
am I
'em
gonna do
happen.
this kitchen sink of shit, you know? And
Right.
For
most of
me,
the time, I'll pull through.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's not what I want it to be or not, I'm still approaching that tattoo to be the best one, regardless.
Yeah,
It
for
doesn't
sure.
matter.
For sure.
for
They're-
me,
they're
I
gonna
don't
get
want
the best work out
to.
of me, regardless of anything.
For me, I don't want to copy what someone else already has. Like, it's not that it's more difficult. Like, oh, I have to make this look ugly just like the way it is. Like, it's not a problem, but more so like you have to tell your customer, like, hey, you know, you got this on Pinterest, and like, there's 2,000-3,000 people with the same thing as you, and
Yeah, I can.
like, do you want to put some like some character in it? And that's why I like my job, is because
Get the
each
fuck
day is
off
gonna
the
be
internet.
different.
Yeah, don't-
Each day is
quit-
gonna be
quit
different.
Searching fucking Google for your tattoos for real.
Right.
Get off
No, you
Pinterest.
can, but get some like heart behind it, you know, not just like I saw this. I'm not gonna say anything because I just saw this like Pinterest tattoo and I want it exactly the same. Like, if you do, give me a good reason. Like, what makes you? I've had some people tell me like, oh, I want this ugly tattoo, but it's because my son drew it, or
Yeah.
like my uncle had the exact same one and I need
get
it
it. I
just
get it when it
like
comes to
that.
that,
So
yeah.
I love that,
Yeah.
you know, like.
Yeah.
So there's
That's
been
different.
times I
That's
want to
different
tell
when they-
someone
when
like,
they're
oh,
dead
I
set on
wouldn't do
something like
that.
That's
But
different.
then when you, sometimes I ask them, and then if it's like a good enough reason, I'll do it for them anyways.
Yeah.
You know.
For sure.
Yeah,
You never
I'm,
know.
What you got
just
going
me
there, Stevie?
personally, I don't want
So what
any
you got, what you
tattoo
got stirred up
Well,
Yeah.
that somebody else has.
I already know.
That's
Yeah.
well, and that used to be the unique part, right? Like early on tattooing, like you collecting flash on wall that people hand painted, typically.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
and I don't know, man. Like, I think people do see stuff. Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's cool. Fuck it, and don't have a whole lot of thought behind like, why am I even getting tattooed in the first place? You know what I mean? Right. And if it is just like, I don't know, I got into it because I thought it was cool.
Does it
as fuck.
really have to have thought? Like,
I don't think it needs to.
I like them
No.
spontaneous tattoos. You know, where
Yeah.
Right.
I guess
But
it's
it-
just probably a personal self-reflection just because of how I've planned my shit out now.
Fair
but
enough.
I
There's
was
some
like, my
customers-
first 3 tattoos were at kitchen
There's some
tables,
customers
so
you
random.
look at and you're like, fuck it, I'll tattoo whatever you want.
100%.
This guy came in yesterday, like the other day, with like his eyeballs tatted and all this
shit,
stuff,
really?
and he's like, "I want this Naruto
Like his
Kurama like 9-tailed fox on the whole back of my head with this like going all across my scalp," and I said, 100%, I got you. What else do you want? Do you want like anything?
He
Because
did it.
I'll do it.
Did some Pokemon shit in the back
That
of
guy
his
has already gone through his like hard life, and he already knows what he likes. And for that guy, I'm just be like, sure, shirt. But when you're like a young 17-year-old chick and you had your parents sign for me to do this Pinterest tattoo, like, come on.
Right.
Get something
Dude,
unique.
when I think like sentimental goes a long way too, especially if it's like one of your first tattoos. Like, I want this little line work thingy, or maybe matching tattoos. Like, yeah, it may not be like the coolest, whatever you want to tattoo, like big fucking sleeve idea, but it's still important to those people, right? So it's like what Peanut says. Like, I'm still gonna execute on the same level I would a really nice piece that I would like to do, even though it's not my favorite.
For
It's still
that,
important.
I think I'd tell them like, okay, let's do the small one, but let's do it on your wrist. Let's do it on your wrist or behind your elbow. Because if you take up the big canvas, the whole forearm or something like that, later on, that's like what a tattoo artist wants.
Yeah,
it's a good piece.
Are you? I already know the answer to the question, and I'm gonna shoot out there: Coke or Pepsi?
Coke or Pepsi? That's some gang shit.
Yeah.
That's the red and the blue. All day, Coke or Pepsi, dog. Everybody, if you know me, I'm a fucking Pepsi guy. That's, I mean, I consume Pepsi 90% of the day.
The only way to get you to drink any water is to put ice in your drink.
Put some ice in my Pepsi, that's all the water I need.
Yeah.
Are you Coke or Pepsi?
I'm a Dr. Pepper kind of guy.
That's not one of the choices.
Yeah.
I'll take a Coke over a Pepsi, homie. I'm sorry.
You'll take a Coke over a Pepsi?
I'll also
All
take
right,
Jesus over Satan.
All right. You're on the wrong turf, there we go.
I'm the same. It depends, though. Like, if I'm camping and I'm pulling a fucking Pepsi out of the cooler, I'm down for Pepsi. If I'm drinking Jack Daniels, I gotta have Coke.
Huh.
Oh.
Fair enough. That's fair enough.
Interesting.
Very particular on the drink.
What do you got, Ross? You Coke or Pepsi?
Ross would rather do vitamin water or something.
Yeah,
Fucking
I don't
healthy.
drink.
Ross wants
I drink
black
water,
coffee.
bro.
He's got
drink
that
something
50
how many
cent.
years?
I drink water, coffee.
Are you a
and
prime
fucking tea.
guy?
This is,
Water,
dude, I
coffee.
don't drink alcohol like ever. It's the first beer I've had in like probably 8 months, something like that. Yeah.
Hey, first shot's free at the Alibi. Your first 30 days sober. Remember that always.
I'm
A double and a single's the same price at the Alibi.
That's fucking right.
Occasional, if ever. You know, I fucking wouldn't have drank again. I thought maybe, but I was like, I'm not gonna.
Pepsi or Coke?
Pepsi or
I'm
Coke?
drinking- I would take Coke. I would take Coke if I was just
I'm gonna
drinking
sit over
a
here
raw
and go to
soda.
Pepsi
That's
corner,
my
man.
man.
Coke.
Everybody's on a
Absolutely.
Coke level.
Well,
alright?
check this out.
I'm sorry,
In-
man. It tastes better to me. But
no.
I grew up on that shit. You know what I mean? Rather than Pepsi.
I'll drink a Pepsi de botella all day.
It is like Bud Light and fucking Budweiser, people, dude. It's like, no,
You can only get those in
Like,
Mexico.
it's the same fucking
I'm
thing.
down for the
It's the same
Mexican.
shit.
What's the last time you've
Mexican
seen a
Cokes?
bottled
Alright.
Pepsi?
What do you got there, Stevie?
Here's a fun little fact for you. In 2006, Coca-Cola employee offered to sell the company's secrets to
There's
Pepsi,
cocaine.
and Pepsi reported. Here we go. Pepsi responded by notifying Coca-Cola and the FBI.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
Fun little
important
fact
shit.
for you.
Yeah. It's important shit.
someone watched Charlie and the Chocolate
Pepsi, some
Factory.
little snitches. They went and told.
I guess. I don't know.
How could Pepsi
Crazy,
do this?
crazy
Like,
random.
I heard.
It's business, I guess.
I,
Competition.
what else do I got for you here?
I don't know why they do that. Wouldn't you just take it?
You would think so. But then if
It's not illegal for them to take the information. It's illegal for the guy
it
to
might
give it
be
to
if
them.
it's copyrighted. And they try to reproduce it as Pepsi or as a Pepsi product, it might be. If it was copyrighted recipe,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, I got you. Maybe,
So
they did
I
some
don't
little
know.
math.
Maybe leaking it and tweaking it.
Man, y'all going deep.
Oh, they knew.
Well, I mean,
Every time.
He didn't,
Yeah.
you know, well,
Hey,
I
man.
mean,
Maybe the
like, I had
alien-
to reread it.
maybe the
maybe the dude that created Coke was a fucking
Give these
reptilian
dudes
that
any
was
subject and they'll
transporting cocaine
dissect
from
every
South
fucking
America.
corner of it.
You really want to go deep.
I tattoo
You want to know about the
every day.
history of fucking Coca-Cola.
Man, you can find Coca-Cola in every continent, in every place in the world.
You know why that
Try to
is?
get a Pepsi everywhere.
You know why
I'm
that
just
is?
kidding. No hate. No hate.
Do you guys have like a certain ritual, or Or something you do before tattooing?
Cigarette.
I bet.
Cigarette.
Fucking cigarette. Everybody, anybody that gets tattooed by me knows my cigarette ritual. I'm gonna get your stencil laid on, and I'm gonna have a cigarette before we get going. It's gotta happen.
I had a tattoo from a dude that had a ritual, or whatever you want to call it. It was cool. Tommy prayed before he tattooed me. I thought that was fucking cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a Tommy boy.
Chapters used to do that too.
Yeah.
Oh, Craig from Chapters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. You know,
Yeah, that's
it's like fucking get to it.
It's
bro.
always beautiful, people, man.
That's really nice.
Yeah, he's really good people.
There's another tattooer I knew that prayed for their tattooers too. But yeah,
that's nothing but good things.
No, for real.
You know,
just putting good energy. That's all it's about.
Absolutely.
Is putting good energy into that piece of artwork you're doing for that person. You know.
Yeah.
No matter how much, no matter how you approach it, you know, as long as you're putting good energy like that, whatever ritual it takes. Takes a cigarette for me, give me some nicotine. I'm gonna smoke me a bowl, and then it's on.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck you up real proper.
Yeah. And then you're gonna pay me afterwards.
Yeah. That's dude. Okay, no bullshit. Like anytime, like someone would like ask me to like paint something or whatever. No bullshit. That's what I tell them. I'm gonna fuck it up real proper for you.
Yeah, for sure.
I gotcha.
I used to do handstands before my tattoos.
Did you?
For real?
I haven't recently. And yeah, it's all the blood I do it for blood circulation purposes.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you for real? You
Get all the blood in your body into your hands.
I totally kidding. Just because I want to practice.
Fucking parkour.
Like if I had a pull-up bar outside the shop, I'd be doing pull-ups and tricks and stuff right before, in between tattoos. So I'm always
Juan's
focused
actually
on
really fucking acrobatic. Let me tell you a little story about Juan. We walked out to a backyard of our buddy's house, and Juan sees the fucking T-post from the clothesline. He's like, "Can I swing on your pole?" And I'm like, "What?" This guy talking like, "This is the first time you have come to this guy's house." Juan starts doing the craziest acrobatic windmill shit, flying this way, flying that way on this pole. It's pretty fucking cool. Awesome. That parkour shit. But anyway, Juan's pretty good at that. He's acrobatic as fuck.
Thanks, my man. That was like, I think when I won over Peanut, he's like, "This guy's cool." Like, what are you moving down to Casper?
He does parkour. He does tattoos. You gotta get him on the team, bro.
I mean, as soon as I met Peanut, I was like, "Oh man, this guy's like so freaking awesome. I'd love to like work with him." And when he asked me like, "Would you move out here? Like, are you gonna move out here?" And I said, "Yep." I hadn't thought about the details or nothing, but I said yes, and I'll figure out the details later.
How did you even end up at the Ink Spot?
I visited my best friend Anthony that lives here in Casper. We separated from high school, so I was visiting him.
Yeah, he used to talk about you at the academy. He's like, "Yeah, my homie Juan in Vegas fucked tattoos." I was like, "Dope." And then you ended up moving. It was crazy.
Yeah, like the first day I ever got to the shop, Ross was there waiting for me, and he was waiting an hour or two longer than what he was intended to, just because he had already heard about me and he really wanted to meet me, and I really wanted to, afterward, I really wanted to meet him because
Anthony just had.
And he's been one of the nicest. Ross is one of the coolest guys ever. Ross is amazing.
Hey, you guys can't forget about the true GOAT of basketball.
Who's this?
Michael.
Bron. You talking about Bronny?
Tommy Shepard.
Who the fuck is Tommy Shepard?
Michael Jordan.
Above the rim.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He scored 30 points in a 3-point streak. It's too beautiful. He scored 30 points in a street ball game with a thermo on and corduroy pants.
What? He sounds like the greatest.
Zipper going down. Zip, 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 zip.
You don't remember? Did you ever watch that movie Above the Rim?
No.
What?
You gotta check it out,
dude. Friends off.
That's what I was saying. I was like, I'm completely ignorant to what you're
It's
talking about.
like in New York, somewhere like Brooklyn or something like that. But yeah, it's dope.
I just saw that movie, Peanut. What was that? By the creators of South Park.
Oh, basketball?
Basketball.
Juan had never seen basketball.
Basketball's
and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
And I'm a big South Park
classic.
fan. I've never seen
Really?
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
I know. It's an old ass movie, right?
Word.
I was like in middle
I
school.
watched that
Shit
in the
came
fucking
out.
theater.
Yeah, I watched that when I was a teenager. Yeah.
Holy
Basketball is fucking funny, dude. And it's there's
yeah.
only a couple movies with those motherfuckers in them.
No offense. No
I didn't know they were
offense
the creators
to,
of South Park for a long time.
Trey Parker.
Matt
Stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that shit was funny back then.
Someone coming.
It was good
They would
shit.
have a skit like that. They would have skits before their episodes for the first season or two, and they stopped doing that.
I remember watching the very first South Park episode ever.
Re-
I lived in
when it
Phoenix,
released?
Arizona. Yeah, when it first came out.
Right on.
Yeah, one of our friends had that shit on TV, and we all fucking hung out, and sat there and watched it. Yeah, it was fucking
The money.
It was crazy. We
That
were
was
like,
the anal probe episode.
Yeah.
Where the first one where Cartman's got an anal probe. Kick the baby.
Bro, those motherfuckers are smart. They just troll every like current event that's
Yeah.
happening. Like they made they're perfect. It's the perfect fucking
They
team.
do.
So you will like want to know what's going on, and they'll tell you just in a hilarious way. So
Yeah.
So there's a
Speaking-
bunch of subliminal messages through South Park for sure.
Oh yeah,
They were
South
great.
Park, Simpsons, fucking
PC
Futurama, all
PC
that
principal. PC principal.
I
is
seen
that?
this.
Hey, that's not socially acceptable.
I seen this shit the other day. Hopefully, it is factual. Y'all were talking about taking stabs at everybody. Cat Williams is supposed to be doing a live Netflix special, yo. I don't know where.
I'm watching.
Oh,
Hey,
Cat,
Cat,
I don't know
Cat
if
is
it's
on
true.
fire right now. Dog. Cat's
Leia?
on fire.
Oh, yeah.
He's letting everything out of the bag, and good for him.
He taught me what a pimp
I'm
was.
watching it.
Oh, fucking Cat Williams, dude.
No,
I didn't know what a
he's
pimp
letting some
was.
shit out right now, and that, I think it's dope.
Yeah.
Expose all these motherfuckers
Yep.
that are up to
Dave
some shit
Chappelle
like
did
that.
it. Fucking, dude. Like,
Yeah.
it's they should be tough about it. Why not?
He's
do you-
crazy political.
Who,
you
Cat
guys-
Williams, Dave Chappelle?
Yeah, Cat Williams.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well-
do you guys think that jellyfish get gas from eating jelly beans?
Wouldn't doubt it.
If they were allowed
What?
to.
Farting colors and shit, man.
If they can
Who
manage
the
to
fuck-
chew it.
Do you get gas from eating jelly beans?
No, it's almost like it's
Is
like
that
a
a
dad
thing?
joke. Do do do.
Oh.
Oh, there we
Oh
go.
yeah, that's the right one. The wah, 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 wah.
They need at least they have to at least eat 10 tickles.
I see.
We'll get one started with that, guys.
Calm down, calm down.
I inherited a kid this year, so I can say them now.
I see.
So I got some more. That is the one cool thing. If you tune in to the Three Wheel Bicycle
There's a
podcast,
lot of
you
cool
will
things.
laugh, you will learn. I got some new shit for you this week because I am going to. I can't talk about how I'm gonna all let it play out, but this is kind of like a little snippet of like one of the paintings that I'm gonna do. All
Okay.
right, we got some octopus facts for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Octopuses.
We're talking about Octopussy.
Yeah. Did you know they have 3 hearts?
I did.
They have 3 hearts?
Don't they have like 8 brains?
Yeah, they do.
Crazy.
Mm-mm.
Did not know that.
Isn't
They got
the
a
brain each
tongue.
tentacle?
They have one brain.
One brain.
I knew they had a beak.
Yeah, they got a
They
beak.
They do.
They got a beak.
Isn't that a...
They are the smartest fucking animal.
Oh,
Doesn't
they're
it-
smart.
Do octopuses have the beak, or is that a squid?
Oh, they both
Octopuses
They
have a
have,
beak
yep.
too.
have a
Oh,
beak.
okay.
Yeah, they both do.
Oh, okay.
I should have like.
It's also something
There it is. Octopus has a tongue called the radula, but it acts more like teeth, and it does have a beak too. Man, that was almost a rhyme.
That's terrifying.
I assume that they can get anything they can get their beak into.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because they can just like
Well, they're one of
mold
those-
their, they can mold their bodies into.
Dude,
No pun intended,
They can-
guys.
That's
All octopus actually have venom, but not all of them are fatal. Only the blue-ringed octopus are fatal. Just one bite, it'll kill.
I knew that. Yeah.
Oh snap!
You're done for. Divers don't like them.
But here's another crazy cool fact that goes right into that. They have a son of a gun. There it is. It's they actually do have blue blood. It contains blue copper. That's what I was trying to say. They got blue copper that helps them survive in low oxygen waters.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, they can also like cam up their. Well, I guess certain ones. I think maybe all of them.
Yeah, all
They're
camouflage
yeah.
trippy.
It's crazy.
They look like aliens.
They are fucking aliens, dude. They're probably the ones flying around UFOs and shit.
They have.
I know
makes
what that
sense.
It's just octopus.
If you have
What's
8
up? They're like,
arms,
put me in this big ass
Don't-
fucking
don't
maze, dude.
fear
I'll
me.
figure that shit out in
I am
like
an
20
octopus.
minutes.
if we think we're smart and we have 2 hands, like imagine an octopus with 8.
They're smart as fuck.
They can probably drive in every direction.
You put like an octopus in like a maze or a jar or fucking whatever, like to escape, and they will fucking escape because they're smart as fuck.
Right. I watched a fucking maze where they had
Everything.
a little cart, and it had like a wall on the front of the cart in the back, and you had to turn this freaking thing through the maze to get it through there. Fucking octopus. Figured that shit out.
Right.
Turn the fucking steering wheel while
They're
he's
smart.
pushing it.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's
dude.
crazy, right?
It's
What the
crazy.
fuck?
This
Yeah,
is
I live
really-
in the ocean.
Well, I learned another weird fact about an animal
Octopus
after
and
octopus.
Word. Let's hear it.
I believe that it's the clownfish. If there's a male impregnating all the females and the male dies, the females, one will take charge and change its gender and become a male, Nemo, a male Nemo. And then will, like, do its thing.
That's
Yeah.
fucking wild.
Can you believe that?
Yeah.
They're
There's a
like
lot of
hermaphrodites.
frogs and shit that are like that too.
They're turning the frogs gay.
Amphibians.
No, they just.
Apparently, there's a lot of fucking people doing that shit.
I think
nowadays, too.
those fish,
It's-
those fish have evolved, to like survive.
Right.
Like if there's no man to like impregnate them, they have to do it themselves.
Did you know that chickens will do that?
No,
What?
that doesn't
If-
sound real.
Dude, I'm
Watch
telling
out.
you.
I've never heard
It's
of
like,
that.
telling
how
you.
does this happen?
How does a
I'm telling
chicken?
Google that shit, dude. If
Well,
if
it's like,
you
how does
say
it even
you buy
happen
a
in the
whole
first
box of chicks,
Yeah.
every one of them is sexed as males
Okay.
or females. Every one of them's all hens. They will change their sex because there is a need for male for
One
them
day
to
it's like,
reproduce.
I'm gonna be a rooster.
So like,
Right. Yeah, dude, you
That's
could
fucking
straight
wild.
have a fucking female chicken turn into a rooster. It happened to my buddy.
What the fuck?
plants can do it. Had that happen before. It was not nice.
People can do it
It
too.
just turns into a man.
That's fucking weird.
It started
Well, it's
talking to
like
me with
the-
a low ass voice, and I'm like, I can't live with this plant no more.
I can't get this plant in my house. Well, it's like the frogs being gay thing. Like it's like astrazine in the water. It doesn't turn them gay. It turns them into hermaphrodites though.
What? How does a frog even know that it?
I don't know what
They
a
gotta
frog knows it's
survive,
gay.
bro.
It just changes their gender. Like,
Yeah.
it changes the
It
sex.
changes their chromosome. Their,
Yeah,
their
literally.
fucking
Yeah,
like,
they
DNA.
will turn into another. It's not. Yeah, it's chemicals in our fucking water supply, like feminization, xenoestrogens, plastics. It's the same fucking thing. It's just astrazine in the water that turn them into hermaphrodite. It will change the sex of the fucking frog. But Alex Jones, would
You guys
be
can
like,
fight for these two.
These frogs are ultra gay. They just turn them gay. Well, it's kind of true, but it's not 100% true.
Oh.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's
I also learned something about what are those little chinchillas? They have
Yeah.
such soft fur that you can't give them a bath in water.
weird. What? Why? What?
Apparently, it's bad for their fur if you give them a bath in water. Like it won't go back to the same fluff
What
that
do
it
they do?
was.
They
So,
make nice scarves
know-
though.
You know how
You,
you know how to
scarves. Yeah.
do you know how to bathe
And
the
don't ever
chinchilla?
wash them in the washer.
You
I
bathe it
don't-
in ash. And I'm not sure if it's just volcanic ash, but it's
What?
ash, and like it'll go into the ash and it'll clean itself in the ash.
Right.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah, you
ever-
could Google
if-
it. You
if
can
you ever
Google
have
this.
the money to buy a chinchilla coat, you need to go roll around in front of a volcano.
But don't use
spent-
baby powder because that
I
shit'll give you cancer.
I spent a little bit time. Spent a little bit of time in a Buddhist temple, and I started being nice to animals. So I still eat them, but I won't kill one unless I have to. Yeah. Yeah, I took a trip at a young age to Thailand, and I found a place to enter into a Buddhist like monastery. Shaved my head, stayed with them for like 7 days, and learned from because we would get up at 3 a.m. and chant, and we'd do an hour meditation, sweeping, like 1 meal a day.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah, it was really amazing. So now I'm like super mindful with like killing insects and stuff like that, because it's just like think of yourself as that ant, like you were just hanging out and then someone killed you, like.
But if you need
so if I'm like that kind to an ant, it's easier for me to be kind to my neighbor. It's easier to be kind to the people around me, because I have that empathy for the smallest of small.
He quits eating beef like every 6 months.
I do every once in a while.
I love it really hard. He's like, I love that cow. That cow used to smile.
Wow, that's pretty crazy.
Cows.
Well, hey, this is the first time we've
Tell me why he still eats bacon.
Somebody on the podcast. This is the first time we've ever had somebody on the podcast that's been in a Buddhist monastery.
I'll tell you the name of
pretty
it.
rad.
Cool, it's called, it's in Ubon Ratchathani, Thailand, and it's called Wat Padnanachat.
And anybody can go there.
And, yeah, it's it translates into the International Temple in the Forest.
Do you have to make a commitment of like a year?
Yeah, no.
Whatever.
You have to ask for permission, but you do have to commit yourself to not breaking the 8 precepts.
I'm all with it.
The 8 precepts, some of them I've forgotten, but one of them's not killing insects. One of them's like try not to speak too loudly or like make jokes and stuff like that, which I broke a little bit. And other things like I'm not going to sleep on a prestigious bed. I'm not going to put on cologne or self-beautification. I'm not going to eat for self-beautification. All these like really humbling things.
Wow.
Kind of like at a young age intercepted itself into me. So I still experience my wild side, but use that to counteract it.
Was there technology there?
No, you had to give up your phone. So I got back onto Snapchat after the 7 days, and I was like, "What's going on? All these people are horrid themselves on the internet." But it's like men too. Like we're all trying to split our stuff. You know, it's such a different world when you're just been walking around the forest and thinking about what inner peace is and stuff, and you go back on and you see all the stuff on social media.
Like there?
The grounds were a little bit further off in the countryside, so it's mostly flat near the border of Laos. And there's lots of trees, lots of rubber trees. But then, like, the forest was really nice, like, well-kept. And there's one day that I saw, like, not a monitor lizard, but, like, an iguana, I believe. Many, like, insects. Like, I saw a herd of caterpillar migrating, like, from one tree to another. It was weird, like, little microscopic caterpillars and lots of insects, lots of mosquitoes. I loved those. Those were great.
Yeah? Mosquitoes?
The mosquitoes were horrible.
They
goddamn
bugs. Good way to ruin a good fucking time.
That was walking through the forest, everything's all peaceful. They start eating you alive.
There was a
time
time
but you gotta think out there too. The bugs are like extra fucking bugs out there. They're not just mosquitoes. They're like fucking pterodactyls.
Let me tell you. So when it rains, every so often, there's this bug that will come out of the ground, like kind of similar to cicadas, but they look like the body of an ant, but long wings, almost like dragonflies.
What?
And they will bombard all the lights in the place. So we were meditating the first time I ever went there. We were meditating. There was bugs landing on us, and the next day we had to clean them, and there was piles that were 3 feet deep of insects that we had to sweep.
Are you getting itchy?
You know what's crazy? Is they're probably harvesting them to eat them over there.
Hey, they do eat those flying ants. But those are different.
I didn't even fucking think about it.
It depends on the insect, but yeah, they eat insects in Thailand for sure. Scorpions.
Scorpions on a stick.
Hell no. That's true. And Asia's a cool place to go because your money's worth more there. So you have the U.S. dollar.
Apparently, your life is
$1 is worth like 3,000 of theirs, and you can go and have a good vacation. It's just further. It's like takes at least 18 to 24 hours to get there.
Did you ever go to Tibet?
No, but that would be cool.
I want to go when my kids are grown and live in a monastery. It's kind of crazy that you already went. That's dope.
Well, it's just for a short time, but like the teachings were like what? So when you go, like if you just commit yourself to the experience, because before and after is part of the experience. It's the contrast. It's like, because when you arrive to the country, you should experience the country and experience what normal Tibet is. Go into the monastery and then just immerse yourself into what they have, and you're going to have the contrast. And a third contrast, a third perspective, like when you come out.
Yeah, I have to do it, but I have to make sure. Yeah, my kid's got to be taken care of first, so I'm gonna do everything I can, be a business person, do all this shit, and then I'm gonna disappear and get rid of my technology for like 6 months and fucking go. And fucking hopefully, I don't know, they'll write me fucking letters or something.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Show the fuck up. But I feel like I need to do it.
I went to Kuwait for work once. It was
Nice.
Yeah, what was that like?
totally fucking different than what I thought.
What do you mean?
I was scared as fuck. I was going to Kuwait.
Where's Kuwait at?
Over there.
Kuwait on the other side.
It's not Croatia, right?
No, it's
Kuwait, it's in the desert. Africa?
Yeah,
in
it's
Africa. Right.
no, it's its own shit. It's like by Pakistan and all that shit.
Okay, Middle East.
Yeah, Middle East. So yeah, I was scared as fuck.
Wow.
But it was crazy. Like they really like white. Half the people that work there are fucking Indian.
Yeah.
Like real Indian.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Asian people that do like all the hotels, the restaurants and shit. And then all the Indian people are the people that do actual work. Kuwaiti people don't do anything but like collect money. Like if you go there to work, you have to be sponsored by a Kuwaiti, comes from Kuwait, and they get like 10 or 15% of your income of whatever you make when you come there. So if you get a work visa to go work there, somebody is getting part of your money.
Holy shit.
And that's why they're so rich. It's crazy.
It's like working in a tattoo shop.
Yeah.
Wow.
But like any business, you go there, you have this big ass business. You go there and you put your business there. Burger King, McDonald's, whatever. The Burger King on the corner is owned by a Kuwaiti. They get 51% of your business no matter what.
Wow. Damn. Oh yeah, it's the
if
same.
they
in Thailand.
decide they want to go in and like you started a welding shop or something and you were doing really good, they come in and fucking take all your shit.
The only thing,
tax you
the only thing you can do, it's like almost like you have to have a partner. Or is it the government taking 51%?
Right. It's the Kuwait national whatever the hell they call
That's
it.
a little different. Because in
you
Thailand,
are-
it's 51% that the Thai have to own, but you have to have a business partner. And then the 51% goes to your business partner, but if you split it up between two business partners, then you become the majority owner.
Right. Yeah, I don't know exactly how that shit works. I just know the taxi guy, the taxi driver, was telling us all this shit.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, dude, this is crazy.
Oh, I love taxi. Shout out to all the taxi drivers.
Well, we had
in
like
the
a
world.
2-hour freaking drive from our hotel to where we were
Coolest
working
people.
and shit. Yeah, it was crazy.
See a lot of
I'm
shit.
like, bust out my phone, and I'm like looking, and the dude, the taxi driver's like, no, because we were going past big, huge palace and shit, and he's like, you can't take any pictures of that shit. That will fucking kill you.
Oh shit.
I'm like, okay, all right.
So just put
No
the cell
worries.
phones away. Give us half of your
Well, there was
money.
camels and shit. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna get fucking video
my
of these
God.
camels. He's like, dude, don't put that shit away now.
Wow.
Like, all right.
It's really crazy to see the different cultures
Yeah,
and the
right, seeing
different
Australia, that's
customs
pretty
in this world.
That's fucking.
Yeah, it was crazy, but I was so fucking happy to get back on the plane because we have to land in Germany from Kuwait, and we land in Germany, and there's no alcohol in Kuwait. There's no fucking pork in Kuwait. I was
Right.
stoked to land in
Religious
Germany. It was like, give me a fucking beer and a bratwurst, bro, wrapped in bacon, please.
What city
That's
in Germany
crazy,
did you land in?
Fuck, I don't
Can
know.
you
Munich?
see that far?
No, the fucking
I
main
can.
one. Whatever the
Oh,
main.
Berlin.
Either,
Yeah.
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 Oh, dude. Berlin is one of the coolest places, man.
It was a cool
Party central.
I only got to see the airport. I never got to see anything else.
Oh, but I bet even the airport was so
cool.
good.
Well, I was like I said, I was stoked, dude. I was like, yeah, I could drink beer and have some fucking bacon.
What did you say you did over there? You said you went over there to work.
Yeah. Well, we went over there to supervise. We weren't allowed to bring fucking tools and shit because we built a bunch of pipe handling equipment.
Okay.
And we had to go install it.
Yeah.
Show them how to use it, and fucking everything. I usually build electrical panels and shit, and all the controls to like run a piece of equipment that lifts up drill pipe, brings it into a lathe so they can recut threads or whatever, and then it'll bring it out and kick it onto a rack or some shit, you know?
Yeah.
So we built all that shit here, sent it there, and then we had to go install it, but we had to not bring tools or anything with us because of the fact of if we are going there to work, then we have to be sponsored by somebody and blah, 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 blah. So we went there to train people, to supervise people putting the shit together, which is essentially what we did.
Sorry to interrupt you right now, my man. We're going to cut off the Facebook live feed. We're going to keep talking, but in order to listen to the rest of the wonderful episode, you're going to have to get on the Spotify, the Apple, all those wonderful podcast platforms.
Hell yeah.
Right on. Make your way over. Got a lot more cool things to talk about. And one of them being
how many people were on that motherfucker?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you what that was.
Kyoto.
Yeah. This is Japanese beer.
It's a Japanese IPA.
I like fucking.
Where did you get that?
I got it when we were just down in Denver.
I like Sapporo.
Yeah. I've never had Sapporo. I used to sell beer. I used to sell Sapporo, and I've never tried it. I've never tried any of them.
Ah,
yeah,
it's not bad.
Give this one a try.
That's pretty good for IPA. I hate IPA.
So this isn't the matcha one, but this brand Kyoto that like I thought you could only buy them in Kyoto, and turns out you can get them out here. And I had a matcha IPA, and it was just incredible.
I don't like matcha. My wife loves that shit.
Oh wow.
You have to like IPAs and matchas, so it's like I'm not sure if your wife. Most women don't like IPAs. Like,
well, that I
need some, and
saying,
I
dude, like I usually don't like IPA. That thing's pretty good.
Like talking,
really
nothing
good.
crazy.
It's pretty good.
Nice.
It's got like lots of sweet back notes and shit. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
IPAs
you can only get them
really
down in
fucking
an Asian.
Fucking burly and.
Yeah. You want to give it a try, Peanut?
No, I'm good on that shit.
it's Japanese. It's Japanese.
What?
That motherfucker's pretty good, dude.
You want to give it a try,
That is,
Stevie?
I'll test it out. That
For
is,
an IPA, dude,
I am
I'm
very
telling you.
fascinated that you
Right on, Josh.
actually went
He likes it.
to a monastery.
Yes.
And
I'll answer any questions. I've been to a lot of countries, actually.
well, the reason being, okay, so man, Buddhism is pretty gnarly. I'll show you some of my statues that I got after we're fucking done. But
Right on.
like,
You know what I gotta do?
you gotta pee.
Crazy. I gotta piss like crazy.
Did you try that, Stevie?
Oh,
It's a Japanese beer.
It's incredible.
it's pretty
You liked
fucking.
it?
Probably one
It's
of the
pretty
best
good.
IPAs I've ever had. Yeah.
Right
I
on.
don't
We're
like-
gonna
I
keep
hate
buying it
IPAs.
then. We're gonna keep getting. We'll buy. I'll bring you guys some.
I literally do not like IPA.
Also-
It's like
Oh.
caramely flavored to it. It's
Also,
crazy.
thank
That's what
you
I'm saying, like
for
the back-
stopping
Side
by.
of it's all sweet and shit. It's pretty good.
It is.
It's not like you just ate a fucking flower, you know?
Exactly.
Oh,
That's
but
what
I
I
used to
always
love
say.
that, though.
That's what I always say. IPA is like chewing on a sunflower.
Yeah.
It's like fucking chewing on a
but see,
plant.
now it is like
Gross.
that for me. But when, like, 7 years ago, when I
Try
was
some,
in
baby.
the beer business.
Oh
I
yeah, it
used
is
to
so
drink
nice. It's
nothing
just
but
so smooth.
IPAs.
Right?
Nothing, and I drank all
Yummy.
the fucking time. It was like, but have you ever?
No,
Okay.
there's no
Well, you're
original.
never an IPA person,
There's
but
many flavors.
you know Melvin.
Yes.
Melvin Brewing.
Yeah,
They brew
Melvin
mainly
IPA.
IPAs.
Yeah.
I used to sell that shit too. They would get these double and triples. Okay, they have a triple
you like
called
it?
Lambda.
Yeah, it
Lambda,
wasn't
Lambda,
bad.
right?
Yeah, not too bad.
It is still one of the smoothest IPAs. They get you like if you drink even that much, you're gonna get
Right.
fucked up. It's,
My
The one
brother,
I had yesterday?
My brother was a big.
Oh, that was horrible.
Arrogant bastard. Drinker.
Arrogant bastard ale. Yeah.
And my brother loved that shit, dude. I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand to smell it from over there.
Oh,
That shit is
You can
horrible.
smell it when he cracks it.
we're talking about
It was
Buddhism.
12.8 or some shit.
Did you ever drink Odell's Mercenary
No.
double IPA?
No.
Odell's got good beer though.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah.
you were into IPAs, Ross.
Well, I'm not so much anymore.
Into
but that was-
alcohol,
that was
but
actually-
like, it's nice to taste.
Oh, I lived
beer
in
every
Pagosa
once in a while.
Springs, Colorado.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Yeah.
Just like tasting it. I don't
Yeah.
like to get.
So-
I made an exception tonight.
Before we get too out of it, should we
that?
close this off?
I gotta piss.
And then and then let's bebop out.
Pop, pop.
Well, not bebop out of here. We got 8 different conversations. Do you want to listen to it in the headphones when you talk, dude? It's pretty gnarly.
Whatever happened with Ashton?
He
Oh,
couldn't make it.
yep. He texted me earlier. Yeah. Either or. He's gonna be on at some point in time. Super stoked to sit down and
I wanted to
fucking
finally
talk to
meet
that
him.
dude.
I've heard a lot of things.
Yeah, he's doing his thing in Cheyenne, right? Yeah, got a shop in Cheyenne.
New Western Tattoo in Cheyenne.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ashton. He's got it, so he's gonna do good. He's gonna do big things for himself over there.
Yeah, shit. Do you guys have any other shout outs or anything that you want to lay down?
I want to give a shout out to the
Before-
Ink Spot. Shit, 25
Yes.
years of
Oh, yeah.
tattooing for
That's
the Ink
dope.
Spot, dog. Like, come on, 25
Hey.
years. That's fucking amazing.
I got
Cindy-
that. I got that
Cindy-
shit year one.
You know what?
In 1999?
That's what's
Cindy
up.
did that shit
Holy
year
shit.
one.
99. Look at that. That's
Wow,
what's
look at
up.
if you guys can't see it. It's a
That's
clown,
dope.
and
Dude,
it's
for that
like
old, that's
badass
fucking
right
dope.
on his torso,
That's crazy.
right on
Dope.
Josh's stomach.
Wow.
Cindy jumped
It's
in
got
this game. in
pink polka
99,
dots. So Cindy did that.
you
Yeah.
know?
That's right on,
Yeah.
man.
Jack was stretching. I used to be skinny, bro. I used to be skinny, and I was jumping
Yeah,
around
Jack
like
in the shop
crazy,
stretching
dude. My
some
muscles, my
That's
muscles were
funny.
just like quivering like crazy.
That's fucking
And they
cool.
That's
like, dude, you want to take a
amazing.
break?
Yeah.
You want
You
to
gotta
take a break?
take a
I'm like,
picture.
no, just fucking go. It was 50. She told me it was gonna be $50, bro. It was a drawing I got from a fucking cellmate in jail.
Yeah.
I traded
Classic.
like 2 soups. Was
Hell
like,
yeah.
dude, I'll get this tattooed on me. He was going to Denver for the rest of his life. Like shot 2 cops or some shit, and they busted him here. I was like, dude, I'll fucking get this shit tattooed on me when I get out. Well, so I did, and it was all thin, like super fucking detailed. And Cindy was like, dude, I'm gonna do fucking fat outline. I'm gonna do all this shit. I'm like, dude, do whatever.
Yeah,
And it
that's
ended
why
up taking
hell
like
yeah.
4 hours.
25 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Right.
that's-
It
that's
ended up
crazy.
taking like 4 hours, and she's like, "Well, I could charge you like $250, but I told you $50." I gave her fucking $100, and
Right, that's what's up.
Right on, man.
fucking Jack.
She's a
Cindy's-
badass
Jack
woman.
was like,
Man,
"Dude, you got
Cindy's-
balls of steel."
I gotta
because
say
I
it,
sat
man.
there the whole time,
Yeah.
and Jack was like, "Dude, I'll pierce anything you want for free."
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I gotta say it,
fuck, I
man.
don't know.
Cindy's definitely has set a foundation for fucking tattooing in Casper. You know, there was another shop open before hers, but you know, Cindy set a foundation for everybody.
Right?
There's one person out of almost every shop in town that has came from the Ink Spot. You
Right.
know?
For sure.
Yeah.
And shit, I fucking shout out to Cindy. Fucking cheers
Hell yeah.
on that one. 25
Hell yeah.
years. With the Ink Spot. Can't get any better than that shit. And we're still pushing.
that's right.
We're gonna push for another fucking 10, 15 years, whatever it
Hell yeah.
takes.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of that, I am super excited. I wish you had headphones on. It sounds dope. Anyway, to see some of your new artwork they're gonna be doing. You're just talking about painting.
Some of my new artwork.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
on canvas.
if you don't know yet, I'm gonna have a big art show in June down at Art 321. We're not set on a date yet, but that's the plan. I'm gonna push out a bunch of canvas art. I'm gonna start focusing on a lot of canvas art.
Hell yeah.
Definitely, this year is gonna be my year for oil painting and brushing, all that shit.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I'm super excited to see your museum, man.
Yeah. I'm excited for this art show. It's gonna be a different type of art show. I mean, I'm not 100% different, but I'm gonna have art installations instead of just art on the walls. I'm gonna have some visual artwork going on. It's gonna. I mean, I've been tattooing for 25 years this year as well, and it's been a journey for me. 25 years is a long fucking time to be doing this. I've seen this industry change so many different ways. But in my art show, I'm gonna showcase 25 years of my career, and I'm gonna start from the very beginning. I'm gonna set up an installation with like a couch and a little table with a crate. And I used to fill up beer caps with fucking ink to use as my ink cap. So I'm gonna homemade machine. I'm gonna set up a whole installation. Kind of visually showing.
Don't talk about it too much. They gotta come see it.
Well, that's a little piece. But think, I've got 25 years of that. So that's a little piece. It's a little taste of what I have planned. We're gonna be doing live tattooing, so you'll be able to get a tattoo for like $50. Not 100% sure what they're gonna be, but you'll be able to get tattooed by $50. Ross here is gonna be doing a live tattoo for everybody to check out, going on live. So I'm excited for it. I'm excited for this year and the artwork that I've been itching to produce. It's been a while since I've really set some brush to canvas, and I'm fucking ready for it. So I'm excited. I'm ready to push 24. There's a lot of said stuff about me retiring. I've been talking about it for about 6 months now. 25 years is, like I said, has been a stretch for me. Been through all the ups and downs of tattooing like you couldn't imagine. Been through it all. But I've also gained so many fucking great relationships with people. I've gained some of the best clientele that I can fucking think of, the loyal clientele that will wait for me to go on my journey for 2 years to another state and come back, so I put a lot of thought into it, and I'm not done tattooing yet. I'm not doing it. I've been re-inspired recently, and I'm not fucking done tattooing. I wanted to step back a little bit, take a little break, but my clientele, they're not having it. So let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
It's never gonna quit.
24. I'm gonna change it up a little bit, do some different things, but take a little more time off.
See some paint and shit.
I'm gonna paint. We're gonna, the paint sessions we used to do at Dark Tree, so we're gonna do the same type of paint sessions, and I'm excited. I'm really excited to do some paint.
Right on.
So be tuned. I'll be putting out some new stuff here real soon. So be tuned and
keep
it's
them
gonna be dope.
eyes open.
It's gonna be dope. I've got a lot of things in mind, so it's gonna be cool. But be ready for that art show in June. I definitely want to do that.
Yeah, that's
and make a boom. We're gonna have lowriders outside. We're gonna have the whole 9 yards.
What?
I've painted some lowriders. I've painted some hot rods in town. I airbrushed them. So
I did see that.
We're gonna showcase them outside. Yep.
Dude. Fucking yeah, man. That's cool.
It's gonna be a fun thing. Hopefully we'll get a couple of them to hop a little bit.
Here's another thing that I wanted to say to you. Like, fucking, dude, you and Ross, Ashton isn't here, unfortunately, and Jared were like
Rest in peace, my boy.
the dudes that like
Yes.
I don't know. Like the cool thing about like I don't know. We probably talked about it before, or I've said it either or, but like I don't know, that one time when you like hit me up and it's like, oh, come by the shop and fucking paint or whatever. And it's like, what the fuck, me? And then like, yeah, it was after one of Lee's fights or whatever. He's like, dude, I got like your shirt and your painting in my shop. And I'm like, I don't know. That's fucking badass. And then all of a sudden everybody else like fucking like, man.
Well, that's how, you know what, like, you know, to Casper's got a strong art community. Like, there's a lot of fucking amazing artists out here. Not just tattooers.
Yeah.
Artists in general. Casper has one of the strongest that I've been exposed to. And it's fucking dope. There's amazing artists here. Yeah. So that's how you keep the art community strong amongst each other is vibe with each other, paint with each other, you know, exchange your inspirations, exchange your ideas, all that shit. Yeah. That's what helps you grow as an artist, you know. If you want to stay in your box, then stay in your box, but I want to meet the next dude that's doing this badass shit because I want to know how he's doing it. Maybe he wants to know how I'm doing what I do. Yeah. You know? So it just makes you a stronger artist all the way around, you know? And then you're good people too, dog. Shit, we can sit and have a beer and smoke a fucking bowl and do some art and shit. Ain't nothing better than that.
That was it. Shutting the shop down or whatever. Had that big old curtain.
Right? Shut it down.
Fuck yeah, man.
And
that shit was fun.
That's how we did it.
That shit was fun.
Dark Tree was a good time in my life. It's too bad that I couldn't handle the whole mess of it. I've learned either I'm going to own it or I'm going to work it. And I'd rather work it.
Well,
so
I'm sure it is.
It could have lived a long time, but, you know, personally, there was a lot of pressure. And, it was a good time, though. It was a great period of my career. Definitely.
Hell yeah.
Made some of the best friends that I've ever had.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, people
just
still
tell me to move my fucking chair, Steve.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
People mention all the time, like, hey, PNut's got his shop. And then we're like, no, he's back here. He's back at the Ink Spot. Like,
yeah, and you know what? And back to the Ink Spot, I wouldn't be the artist I am today without the Ink Spot. 100%.
I fucking born and raised here in Casper. Like my mom knew Cindy personally and shit back in the day. I heard of you before I fucking left. I got a bunch of trouble, whatever. Fucking long story short, was like my mom was like, just fucking leave, you know, because you get stuck here. Back in fucking.
Yeah, you can get stuck in Casper.
I just fucking left. But I heard of you before I left. Fucking come back and shit like fucking 13 years later, and you were still around and fucking kicking the ass.
On the grind,
at that
man.
point, dude.
I'm always on the. I'm always thinking big. I can't
Yeah.
think small. I can't think small. I'm like, well, what else can I do to learn to get better? You
Yeah,
know?
word.
What's the next
Yeah.
step? You know,
I had a fucking.
I don't like being stagnant and on a plateau. I want to go to the next level all the time.
yeah.
And fortunately, I've had a great clientele base that trusts me to handle what they've envisioned in their brain, and fuck, I execute it for them, and you know, that's what's helped build my career through the years.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And it's every single time it's better than what you can even imagine. Like the stencil will show up, like you'll have the stencil and it'll be like hard to see and you won't really know. And then bam, from the bottom to the top, he'll just tattoo it like a printer. And it'll come out and it's like vibrant and like makes the person's skin pop and it fades. And it's like dark blacks that really captures the eye and that whole essence. You literally blow people's mind every time you tattoo, man.
I don't look at it as that.
Fucking sick. That's
They
why.
could, they could always be better.
Here's
dog.
the other thing.
They could
too,
always
is
be
like,
better.
I fucking love you, man. No homo, but like, like every time when I like, you know what I mean? Like when you post shit, you know what I mean? Like, man, I feel stupid as fuck just being like, that's dope, dude. Like, because it always is, all the time. You know what I mean? Like,
I tried.
I don't know what
I
the
fucking
fuck
tried,
to say,
dog.
yo.
Yeah. like I said earlier, every tattoo I do, I'm putting 100 no matter what it is. So
Did
I
you
try.
do that outside of a gas station?
Hell no, that wasn't me. Not me. That's not even how I spell my name.
Hell no.
Well, I just saw it, dude.
No.
I was like, what the fuck?
I would never
I can
incriminate
tell you
myself.
that
We tag
every time-
profit.
and I probably go to the ink spot like a couple
Oh, it
times
is
a week
too
just to see
easy.
what's up. Depending. Sometimes if I'm busy, I don't show up for a few weeks. But usually I go in and say what's up every once in a while. And
Ross is in there all
every
the time.
time I fucking see what he's tattooing, I'm like, Jesus. Because it's inspiring to see. Because he gets better every year. And so, like, it's just something to set your goal upon, you know? And just like any other great tattooer, like PNut's up there with all of them. And so every time you see his work, you're going to say, like, holy fuck. Okay, so how can I take these elements and apply them to my own? Is at least what I'm trying to do. And
you got to make them
Glad
hurt.
you're- dude, I'm
You
glad
got to make
you're
them hurt.
you have to
Glad you're here.
fucking...
Yeah.
You have to fucking take people that are better than you as an example to be learned from and not as something to be threatened by or something to be intimidated by, but as something
never
that
feel
you can
threatened,
apply and
shit.
become because they were once shitty too. You know,
Hell
he
yeah,
wasn't
I'm
always
sh-
doing perfect tattoos.
Fuck no.
And so, like, but you can get stuck in a mindset like that, and it's amazing. Every time I
But
come
you know-
in there,
you know
your
how
work
I am.
gets better and better, and it's like, what the fuck?
If
Like,
you wanna know
how does
how-
it get better every year
If you
when
want
it
to
was
know how
already
I
that
did it,
dope?
just
you know?
ask. I'll tell you how I did
Yeah.
it. I'm
And that's-
not trying to hoard that knowledge.
Well, and that's the thing. If you're a tattooer that is in and out of the ink spot, or somebody that's accepted to come in there, whatever, because that is something else too. Is like the difference between tattoo shops in this town. There's not a whole lot of other artists that are going to be just walking into the shop to say what's up.
Right.
But if you are an artist that's around there and you're cool, then you've never had an issue with sharing knowledge of how you did it. And here's the thing, and that's what I think about as crazy, is because every artist in there is exposed to you every day, and nobody's like, except for Juan, and well, Kenneth too, yeah. But I guess, yeah, if you go and apply and you look and you ask questions, you can grow into that. But like, there's certain people that aren't right now, right? So it's like, I call anybody out, but it's like, you can watch and see who's really applying shit. Like that, your work has grown immensely since you moved here. Just being in the same room. So it's like, you're an inspiration, dude. You are a pillar in the tattoo community in this town. And regardless of people's personal feelings about anything, you
I don't give
know,
a fuck what anybody feels. Shit.
well, that's what I'm saying.
I'm here to do me. I'm here to do what I fucking do, whether you like it or not. I'm gonna fucking do it.
Yeah, and I just see it as like healthy competition, bro. Like, it's not even something to be hateful by. It's like, I'm gonna look at this, and I'm gonna try and fucking be able to, because my plan is to fucking get better than you one day. Will I ever reach that goal? I don't know, but I'm gonna fucking try to, and that will make me a great artist eventually. You know.
Yep.
I feel mediocre as fuck right now. I don't think any artist that's at this fucking table ever feels satisfied with their work.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we can
It's
go
just a
out in the
thing.
garage.
Shit. I'm still not satisfied with my work.
How many years? Like, it's 25
25
years
deep.
of
And I'm
tattooing,
still
but how
not-
many years of doing art?
I am still searching. I'm still searching for a certain look in what I do, and I haven't got there yet.
Yeah, I feel
You know?
that. Yeah. Yes.
I feel I'm close.
25.
I'm close to it, but I haven't 100% reached that look that I'm looking for, and you know I'm okay with that. I'm not trying to rush it. It's been 25 years of this shit, so I could wait another fucking 25 years. I guess it is what it is, but what I've learned through the years of tattooing and the way I do things is my recipe hasn't been broken for a long time. So I don't change my recipe at all. I use the same machine, the same needles, the same ink, the same fucking size of ink caps. It's all the same.
That's badass.
I just don't break. I
like-
don't switch my recipe up. I don't look for a magic ink and the fucking magic machine that's gonna make my work amazing. You know.
Right.
In terms of
I
like,
leave it as is.
in
If
terms of like,
it ain't
Slowly
broke,
grow.
don't fix it.
Yeah, I'm slowly growing, And I'm pretty close to getting to that stage of tattooing that I want to be at.
Yeah.
But
See, and that's
I'm not there yet. But it's coming.
In terms of like growing in the manner that you want to, like moving forward, right? Like becoming that artist that you can envision in your head, like getting to that place. I know you'll probably never like actually be satisfied, but like
a
do you
true
have a
artist
plan
will
of
never be
action?
satisfied.
Do you have a plan of action to get there? Like,
I do have
do
a plan
you
of
plan
action.
on going to conventions and maybe taking seminars or
Yep.
painting with some other artists?
Conventions.
Or like,
I want
what's
to.
your
I want to
plans
do
for this year.
I want to do seminars. I want to do conventions. I want to give seminars.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
I want to
Dope.
give some knowledge out. There's so many people that are wanting to tattoo nowadays.
Yes.
You know, I mean, rather than having
There's a
these
lot of
hacks out
artists I think
there
can help.
and just screwing people up. I mean, if you want some knowledge, come ask for it. You know, it might cost you.
Is that something that
It's not gonna be free.
you're thinking about
but-
providing sometime this
but,
year in the
um,
future?
I'm thinking of providing some seminars.
Seminars
Yep.
for the local tattoo
for the local
community?
tattooers, for the local artists in general. I'm gonna do some seminars on painting. I'm gonna do some recordings on step-by-step tattooing as well, so you can see how I'm doing it.
I'll sign up for that.
So
even though I work with
maybe
you, bro.
are you thinking of what, like developing a website and being able to provide like all these courses and maybe potential stuff like that? so
Fuck
people
no,
can
I'm
find
gonna
it?
keep it as simple as possible, dog.
Okay.
As simple as possible.
Dope.
I'm already so fucking far invested in everything with the personal life too. I'm as simple as possible, but you know, I just want to help people grow too.
Yep. I feel
Yeah,
that.
and that's what you've been doing.
That's what it's about.
That's
you know?
that's why we're here.
podcast is
It's
about,
because
too.
because
Fuck yeah.
you've allowed us, and you saw something in us, and you allowed us to be in your space, and allow us to
I owe my entire career.
you know.
dude. The entire fucking thing.
It's all about the energy that fucking comes to me.
It's amazing.
It's crazy.
I give
It's
back.
amazing.
I give back the same energy that comes to me, you know, and everybody in my circle and people that I associate with, they all have good energy. And
Absolutely.
shit, so I just give that good energy back. It is what it is.
It's like that.
It's like that.
It's like that, bro.
It's a universal law, man.
It is, you know.
and you can feel it from
Kinda
people.
wish
Yeah, and
there
you
was,
can
like,
feel
speakers
like
up in each corner.
you can feel who's not real about shit typically,
Yep.
and who is, and
Yep.
who's going to put in some dedicated work, and who is not. Like you can usually tell
Yep.
pretty early
Oh.
on, and it's interesting.
Ross
but
knows.
It's on that level,
Ross
you know?
knows. I put Ross through fucking hell week. Shit, it was hell
Yeah.
months at Dark Tree.
Yeah, it was
you know.
ridiculous for a while.
But it, like he said, you can tell who
It was
really wants
necessary.
it.
Yeah.
And when I take on an apprentice, nowadays it's just not like all right, you're hired. Come in tomorrow. Let's get it. It's like I want you to come by for the next 2 months without getting paid.
Yep, straight up.
Just take some initiative. I want to see your character. I want to see how you operate.
Yeah.
You know, and then I go from there. And Ross knows it. I put him through that, and I think it was like 3 months, maybe even a little longer than 3 months of the hell months with Ross, and it was unsure if he was even gonna have a job with me or not. But I'm like, I want to make sure this dude wants it. I'm tired of teaching people. They will grasp a little bit of information, fucking bail, and you know, go do their own thing. And I'm over it. So with Ross, I approached him different. Was like, I want to see how dedicated you are. And like he said, you can tell who really wants it and who doesn't want it. Ross showed up for fucking months on end. Fucking swept through trashes, did everything he did, watched the tattooing, drew. Back then he was drawing cabbages for roses, but he's gotten a lot better at the cabbages. They're fucking amazing. But anyway, had to throw that out there. But you know, he did everything I asked of him, and then finally one day he was like, "Well, how fucking long do I have to do this?" And I was like, "You know what, dude? You have showed me enough. I know you're dedicated. I know you want to do this. I know you're in this for the long run, and you're in this for the artwork. You're not in this for any of the other bullshit, the unnecessary shit. You know, I seen it at his heart, so that's why I took him on, and that's why I motivated him to become what he is now. Now he owns his own shop.
Yeah,
you know?
word.
Butterfly
Like we were
Tattoo
talking
Company. He
about,
owns his own shop. Yeah, if you don't know where it's at, it's next to the Star Tribune on First Street.
Yep.
Going north, and go check him out. Ross is a fucking amazing artist. He has a tattoo shop set up there, and he has an art gallery set up there. You So you'll actually see a lot of my upcoming artwork showcased in his shop.
Yep.
Even after Art 321,
Yeah.
you'll still see it in Ross's shop. You'll be able to purchase it in Ross's shop.
Yep.
That's going to be my go-to place to sell all this artwork that I'm going to produce. I have a really bad habit. I have a really bad habit of holding on to my artwork because I fall in love with it. It's like a kid. I create this piece of art and I don't want to let it go. So, that's what I'm going to change up this year. Is I'm going to produce all this new art and I'm going to sell it. People will be able to buy it at a reasonable price.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
But if you do want to purchase one of these pieces of artwork, you'll have to go through Butterfly Tattoo Company to grab one of these canvases. So, Ross has it going on down there, and I seen it in him years ago, and he's still pushing. I believe his business is gonna thrive. It's at its infancy, it's at its baby stage, but it's gonna grow.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be an amazing shop.
Fucking
I know it already. I already know it.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
And the same thing with Ashton. Same thing with Ashton out there in Cheyenne. I knew he had it. I took him on, and I knew he was gonna do good, and he's gonna make it out there. Good for him. All these apprentices out there that I've taught through the years that are just killing it, doing great, owning their own businesses. You guys, Sari here in town. She started at Dark Tree, and she's got her own shop now, doing her own thing. Good for her. I'm fucking proud of her.
Yep.
Shit, you got Manders out there. Manders
She's
is
tattooing in Fort Collins.
killing it in Fort Collins.
Yep, she's killing it.
Fucking killing it.
Oh yeah.
And good for her. She deserves it.
She's done.
She was another one
extremely
that I knew was dedicated from the
Extremely well.
fucking get go. She wanted it, and she was gonna become a tattooer.
She fucking moved up here from another town to take that job.
Yeah, she did.
Yep.
And I'm proud to say that I gave
yeah.
her start. It's dope. It's dope. But I've taught so many people out there through the years that are just fucking doing it. And when I really see it in you, you could ask any apprentice to get started at a tattoo shop. I'm gonna fuck with you. I'm gonna give you a little bit of knowledge, but I'm not gonna give you my full extent of knowledge until I know you're fucking in for it. For the good, for the long run,
For sure.
Yeah.
And then once I realize it, like, all right, this person's not going anywhere. They're in for this long run. Then it's like a fucking floodgate of like, all right, let's do this.
Say, if you had any advice for somebody that wanted to apprentice, what would that be?
If I have any advice for somebody who wants to apprentice, I'm gonna tell you, get your portfolio together. And come into the tattoo shop with a professional portfolio ready. Not some bullshit. Don't bring it to me in a Walmart bag. I want to see this shit in a fucking portfolio.
Hell yeah.
That's the number one fucking thing that really fucking gets under my skin is these people that are prospecting to be an apprentice will bring their artwork in a pile of fucking shit. It's like, hey, I want to see how professional you are. Yeah. Bring it in a professional portfolio, and that's going to set the tone for me all the way. Then I'm gonna consider looking at the artwork without being a judgmental asshole. Yeah. But that's the advice I'm gonna give you right out of the gate. Get your shit in a professional portfolio.
My daughter is hard into
Be a professional about it if you want.
Hey, I fucking 100% agree, man. Like, I think a respectable shop will not accept you until that portfolio is up to par.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if you got shit work, they're gonna be like, hey, yo, and they may not be, as aggressive or mean as they used to be in the past now, but like you have to be able to take some criticism. If your shit sucks, you have to be able to admit that.
Oh, I'm gonna tear it apart. I'll tell them.
It's not.
I'm not nice about it.
It's not a big deal. Just take criticism and grow from it.
Right? It's not to be an asshole. I'm gonna critique your shit in front of you to see how thick your skin is, to see if you're open for growth. There's a lot of reasons why I'm gonna critique your shit and make you think that I'm talking shit, but I'm really not talking shit. I'm scanning. It's constructive. I'm scanning everything here. I want to know who you are as an artist.
Well, the business is
if you can't take me telling you that you got your wonky fingered fucking portrait here looks like shit. If you can't handle that, then go down the street.
You probably don't. Yeah, you probably don't belong.
If you're gonna be like, oh, okay, I see I understand what you're trying to say. I can adjust something like that. Fuck yeah, let's work.
And get tattooed at the shop.
Yeah, and get tattooed. That's another thing. I want to see you get tattooed a few times. If you want to be an apprentice.
You want to be an apprentice and not even have a tattoo from the shop? Yeah. Come on.
But I don't know. I feel like I feel like the apprenticeship thing is changing nowadays, and it's the old ways are going out the fucking door when it comes to the apprentice things.
Some of it is, yeah.
If it was up to me, I would keep the old traditions alive as much as possible, but unfortunately, it's not going to be like that anymore.
What do you mean by the old traditions?
The old traditions of your apprenticeships, you know. You got to pay your dues. You got to earn that respect in the shop, you know. You're setting up for tattooers. You're drawing their stencils if they need them. You're running fucking Get Me Coffee. There's a lot of things that an apprentice does besides the art. The art is definitely the main fucking focus on it.
Yeah.
But there's traditions that comes and involved with being an apprentice in a tattoo shop that are dying out. Nowadays, people think that they don't even have to have a fucking apprenticeship. They go down to the health department, get themselves a body license, and they open up a fucking Joe Schmo shop downtown in a little fucking suite, you know, that's got a bathroom in it and a sink, and they're good to go.
Right.
So they don't think they need apprenticeships anymore.
Now.
And it's happening way too often.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Like, okay, I'm not gonna hate on somebody for trying, but if you're gonna say you own your own shop and you're an artist, like, but you have been tattooing out of a house and you never, like, here's the thing is, like, you're making a bunch of mistakes and fucking people up and then still charging them a certain rate. And the fact of the matter, whether you want to admit that or not, you know, it doesn't matter how much people around you hype you up. If your work's not good, and most of the time it's not, you should at least seek out some sort of fucking guidance. That's why traditional apprenticeships are so fucking important.
They are.
Like, it's not a fucking.
So when I started tattooing, I started tattooing without any apprenticeship, just on my own. But it's almost like I put myself through my own apprenticeship through doing temporary tattoos.
Years of me tattooing was at my house.
Most tattooers do start that fucking way.
I tried to go, like, nobody told me, hey, you have to go get yourself a nice portfolio and come bring me your stuff and show me. Like, I was just telling them, like, I'll draw it on the spot. It's like, you want to put me to tattoo, but most of the times I'd go into a shop, I'd get some fucking egotistical assholes like, and like.
Yeah,
so it'd freak you out. And
I've been there,
at
but
one
that's
point,
why I know that it's very important
I had to start
go
on
through
my
the
own,
apprenticeship, you know,
and figure it out. And like the people that I was tattooing, they knew that I was a beginner, but because I had a reputation of an artist from such a long time, people had fucking trust in it. Like, I saw you doodling in middle school, I saw you doodling in high school.
Same
I know what
happened
the
with me.
fuck you're about. I don't give a shit what it is. I'm gonna get it now because I know, like, within 10, 20 years, you're going to be fucking famous. And, like, I fucking had friends like that. And I'm honored to have friends like that. The second, the first day.
And a lot of us have that same story. A lot of us have that same story. But you know what? That's what makes us.
But
us.
You can't be a
We
poser,
have that
you know.
backbone of people.
You can't pretend to know how to draw.
No,
you can't fucking be a poser in this industry. You need to draw.
I've been told that I was going to be great since I was like 6 years old. You know, by 11, 12 years old, I was already drawing portraits of people. People were giving me pictures of their family, and I was drawing portraits of people. Yeah. But I was being told at 6, 7 years old, like, you're really good at art. You're going to be fucking amazing. You're going to be great one day, you know? And without that backbone of people and that support, I might have not been.
Right. Yeah.
I might have not had that
true.
push, you know, to become what I am today. But
yeah,
you know?
that's
but
so
then again,
beautiful.
I took it and I humbled myself with it at the same time and learned to not be arrogant with it, you know. Yeah, everybody's telling me I'm going to be great, but it's up to me to be great or not. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to sit back and wait for this greatness to come. I'm going to go out there and fucking steal that greatness. Yeah. I'm going to take that shit because I want it. If that's the expectation that people that I'm around growing up look at me, that like that's their expectation of me, you're goddamn right. I'm going to fucking prove them people right.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out there and take that shit and be like, I am great. And I'm gonna be great. I'm gonna make you proud. You know, my biggest thing in my career was making my pops proud of me. Right? Before he passed away, I wanted him to know that I was a contender. I was a fucking tattooer to reckon with, and I'm gonna fucking be a legend one day.
Yeah.
One day, right?
You are.
And
you are a legend.
So that was like my biggest goal in my career before he passed away was showing my old man like, hey, I am a fucking badass. because you told me my whole life that I was gonna be a badass. So check it out. You know? And I'll never forget that first tattoo convention I went to, and I'm on my way to Texas telling my pops I'm gonna go compete. I'm gonna do this, and I came back with second place, and my pops was like, "You fucking did it, son. I don't care about first place. You went over there and showed everybody what you can do and what you're capable of. That's all I need. I'm a proud dad right now." And that set it in stone for me. Like, all right, I'm gonna be great. I'm gonna do this. And now it's all about my legacy. Mm-hmm. I'm leaving. I want to leave. I want to leave a solid legacy where people fucking 15 years down the road talk about tattooing in Casper. 15 years after I'm dead, people talk about tattooing in Casper, and they'll say, "Hey, PNut used to give a badass fucking tattoo."
Yeah.
PNut. I want my name to still live on, and
for generations.
Eventually, I'm gonna get there, and it will. You know,
live on,
I'm gonna make my mark. Casper, Wyoming.
We're gonna make sure.
Yeah.
Like,
you know, but I want that for all of you guys as well, though. You know, I want Ross to make his own mark as being his fucking legend. I want you to be a legend. I want every fucking tattooer in this town to be known for, you know. But what I do know is I'm gonna fight for it. I'm gonna fight for it.
Not everybody's
better be ready.
Work to be on that level.
Let's just update the airport and get more people to come down and frequent.
Let's do it.
Fly like Tattoo Mecca right here.
Let's do it.
Well, just as Ross said when I first met him, it's like, let's make Casper the freaking hive. Let's make people come down here.
You can do that if we become some of the best tattooers in the country, which is 100% possible. We can turn this place into a place to come and
with the 3-wheel bicycle, 100%. we can have these conversations and tell people about this.
Fuck yeah!
Hell yeah!
It's crazy. Like, kind of hit me out of the blue, out of left field.
Let's hear it.
This is a dark tree. So is that like kind of where the fuck did the concept behind that come from?
The concept of dark tree.
Well, like now, like as you're like talking about it more and more, it's like PNut would be like the stump of the fucking tree or some shit, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's all about the oak tree, man. It's solid. You're fucking the age. So there was a couple different reasons that dark tree came about in the name. Definitely the family roots involved in it was where the tree came from itself. My older brother tattooed. I watched him tattoo my pops. I've told this story before, you know. And I was just amazed as a kid watching him tattoo my dad. And then after my dad passed away, my older brother told me that my dad had tattooed his mom and his homies. And I was like, what? I didn't even know my dad had tattooed my whole career till after he passed away.
Oh, shit.
So, well, that had a lot of play in it. And if anybody knows me, I'm not a religious person by no means. I have no fucking preference. I take a little bit of all of it, and I fucking believe in what I believe in, you know. But being raised,
can I say something real quick? Sorry to interrupt, but thank you for letting me be a part of your wedding.
Hell yeah. So being raised Catholic, I was involved with you know, the Holy Bible and a lot of the church shit, the catechisms. But I never really vibed with it. It just really wasn't, I don't know, I just felt like they put a thumb on you and you just have no freedom. They put you in a box and they want you to live in this box.
Yeah.
So, I never really had hatred for that type of religion or anything, but Dark Tree came from the tree of knowledge.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and this tree of knowledge, I just sat and thought about it. Like, this tree of knowledge that has a snake in it, but it has all the knowledge of the universe and everything that you could possibly fucking think of. But this creator that created man to be curious and to live on this realm and, you know, be who we are, have free will, forbids us from from having the fruit of this knowledgeable tree? Like, why do you want to keep the knowledge from us? Why is this tree so dark? You know? And
What the fuck?
I took a real deep depth into it and was like, why do you want to keep us dumb? If you created us to have free will and be interested and you know, be curious, then why do you want to keep us dumb for? But once man ate that fucking fruit, guess what? Man wasn't dumb no more, you know? And then it's still fucking growing. But that's where Dark Tree came from. I was just like, you know, that's kind of like my little whatever you want to call it on religion. Like, it's just a dark tree to me at this point. It's not a tree of knowledge. It's not a tree of the creator. It ain't shit. It's just a dark tree. The apple is fucking black.
Yeah.
Well, the crazy
take it as
like,
is, you
when
know.
it was just like like what I was just like thinking about, like, because like from like the Dark Tree tattoo shop, like there's been many things that have grown from it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like a fucking tree.
Yeah, exactly, dog. It goes deeper. Yeah, it does. It grows deeper.
It's branched out into multiple
It's branched
states.
into a big fucking tree now of all these tattooers
wild.
out there that I've inspired and gave them their start. You know, I won't take credit for any of my apprentices that are out there fucking doing their thing and making it big. I'm not going to take credit for what they're doing right now. I will take credit for giving them their start and giving them their fucking doorway in. But they're all doing it themselves. They're all hungry. They're all fucking taking their piece of the pie and they're fucking eating it. You know, and good for them. Good for them.
Yeah.
It is like a big tree. It's amazing to watch on my end. You don't even know how proud as a mentor I am to watch all these tattooers that I've taught still be tattooing 10 to 15 years later. Still doing it, owning shops, and just thriving. So I guess Dark Tree does go a little deeper than that, because now we are a big fucking tree of network of tattooers out here.
Yep.
Well, it's not even like on a tattoo aspect, really. You know what I mean? Zach Schomer came to their plate.
Live music by fucking Zach Scott now. Beastwood.